Well, I think we're probably good evening, y'all. That nobody's in here for. I'm gonna
Mhm.
play a track or two and see if anybody, you know.
Yeah, true.
Evil stories. Hit you with two of the most devilish stories ever. Them verses will blow your mind away. Definitely will have you in a shock fall. Hit you with real evil stories. Nothing but real evil stories. Messing with your brain, leave you mentally drained. Stories will get real gory. All dark and evil stories. Dark drama, fits the category. Feel a mental pain under the rain like you're in an evil story. This mean that story about this dreadful couple. Walk around acting like love is great, but behind all love is a struggle. Shorty still had feelings for her ex, but her new man's working doubles. Pouring out blood in all his sweat, making sure her days full of bubbles. Coming home from work to get ready to take his shorty out to dinner. He knows she's thinking of someone. His face turns to a devilish sinner, but he keeps it cool and steady. For his girl, he trying to be a winner. His girl innocent like a nun, but she feeling her life's getting dimmer. Walking out their house all happy, telling folks and laughing out loud. At the moment, ain't nothing crappy. Their thoughts are in the clouds. To the restaurant, they're on their way through the Sin City, large crowds. She saw her ex on that day. On her face, she puts a smile. Her BF getting all angry. At her, he was screaming, shout. Fire in his brain, all tingly. It made him rage all out. He starts to grab on her wrist, punch her and knock her out. Tie her up so she would not resist. Down the alley where they would hide out. He's crazy and very dangerous. His mind will get so anxious if he see his girl thinking of her ex, and he will pull out her pancreas. Her life is doomed cause he tainted. Devil in his mind, he not playing it. One simple mistake, her life will take place. With his heart, her life she playing it. Hit you with real evil stories, nothing but real evil stories. Messing with your brain, leave you mentally drained. Stories will get real gory. All dark and evil stories, dark drama, fix the category. Feel a mental pain under the rain like you in a real evil story. Another mean that story about two friends that grew up since kids in school, shit was glory. As years go by, friendship is up. Them two will part ways, that's life. One life bad, one received good luck. One start a fam with his wife, one lost his fam, that thing struck. They both with me finally. Been years, they ain't seen each other. Wanna know the other ex finally, but he looks him still like a brother. He invite his friend to his house to meet his spouse and his mother. All innocent and quiet as a mouse. He acts to not blow his cover. He would enter in his friend home with nothing but respect. Having evil all in his dome, but no one has detect. The negative in the atmosphere will catch him when they least expect. They all happy, but his jealousy is there. It shows he would get all vexed. He starts to look at his friend mad. In his pocket is an object. His friend noticed something, shit don't add. Yes, sir, it's a pocket rocket. Brought his friend and his friend. That's sad. Evil building in his noggin. Have him on the floor, face on the mat, with a cruel way to pop in. He's showing his true colors. He ain't got shit to lose. All his life he has suffered. He would drown it out with booze. Touch friend and the fam in the back. Watch the blood dripping out like ooze. No remorse, he's a psychopath. He don't care if he makes news. Hit you with real evil stories. Nothing but real evil stories. Messing with your brain, leave you mentally drained. Stories with it will glory. All dark and evil stories. Dark drama, fix the category. Feel the mental pain under the rain like you in an evil story. Hit you with real evil stories. Nothing but real evil stories. Hit you with real evil stories. Nothing but real evil stories.
I hope you guys like this one. They open the door, I walk in the room and I see my family inside. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a while, so I had a tear in my eye. I walk down the aisle trying to smile, but really dying inside. Then I turn around and I see her eyes through the glass I'm behind. I seen that look on my father's face on the day when they locked me away. No medication can numb this pain. They got your baby in shackles and chains. And that's when I started to break, cause falling apart was an honest mistake. I never really knew how far I would go, but now I see I got too much on my plate. But I am a product created by my generation, that's all I can say. Cause these are the prices you pay, and you might never be the same. I seen that look on my father's face on the day when they locked me away. No medication can numb this pain. They got your baby in shackles and chains. Might be a couple of years, but it ain't really a long time. It ain't really a long time. I'll be out when I'm older. I'm getting sober inside. I'll never know if this was all part of one big plan. But promise when I get out, I'll finally be a man. They open the door, saying my name, tell me it's time for me to leave. Don't say anymore, I hop on the floor, yeah, I've been waiting to be free. Saying goodbye to my old ways, I'm thanking God for the new me. Cause when I was falling apart, he pulled me up even though I was too deep. So let me just say for the record, life's so short, gotta think for a second before you just throw it away, cause everything can change if you switch directions. I used to waste every day stressing, going too fast, yeah, I missed my exit. If I knew then what I know right now, then I probably would've learned my lesson. I seen that look on my father's face on the day when they opened the gates. They let me out of this lonely cage. Now I thank God for everything. It's been a couple of years, but that ain't really a long time. It ain't really a long time. Yeah, I'm a little older. I'm finally sober inside. I figured out this was all part of one big plan. Now I gotta thank God he finally made a man.
Sombra, what up?
Sup, Sombra?
Yeah, that's a Young Swag. That song there, like, I'm not, we've had the conversations before. Like, I'm not a huge fan of auto tune, but he does it right. Like, like that, and the words that he's spitting in that track is.
It's the truth. Like, it's the truth. Like with people, they use auto tunes and things. So it all depends on how the engineer mix it in with their vocals and things. Though, because some
Yeah,
people really like, you really don't need too much of auto tunes, like and things. So you could leave it halfway through or a pinch of it, like.
if it's done correct, it's great and adds to the track. But if it's not done right, then it takes away from the track. But like if you have somebody, what is it, engineer? Is that who does mixing and mastering? Is that what if you have a engineer or somebody that knows what they're doing, like you do, TK does, Sombra and stuff, you guys know how to do stuff to mix it in a way where it's not taking away from the artist or the person.
True.
That's what
Sometimes it's being yourself on the track, being more of you is good.
my
Right?
makeup's making me drool.
Trying not to.
All I can say, like, the backstory of Haunted Homies, like how we started, like we didn't start out trying to be anything other than we had a chat and that's what we named it and that's how we were born.
Mm-hmm.
But I see so many of these people, like I watch so many like up church right now. It seems like every other day somebody he's helped he then like beefs with. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy some of the beefs
It
out there.
is. No, some of it be too like it's unnecessary. Like some of it be unnecessary. Um,
Yeah, I know Sombra said he'd been getting up early, but I guess he really meant he was getting up early.
that's super early. Like,
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. over there. For those of you that don't know,
mm-hmm.
Sombra is over in Sweden, so
It's my
that's
boy right there. We
that's my
put in
bro.
that Brooklyn and Sweden swag right there. Like, um,
I know we gotta.
yo, oh, smoke. Don't worry. We still lightning bros too. If you see it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm gonna have to tag him in a post on IG. It'd be like, or on Twitter. It'd be like, Smoke, check your DM.
It was good, King. Was good.
We got. Hey, Maddie. We got y'all. Like we are under a week away now. This time next week, Dark Arts will have been out for
Mm-hmm.
9 hours. It drops at noon. Hey, Kenzie. But yeah, Dark Arts drops next Thursday at noon. I know. I'm hella excited.
I know
Slim,
I'm hella excited.
Sombra literally, like, he always does his thing with visuals. But, like, if you guys have seen any of the promos, like, that Slim and I have put out and that we've all shared and stuff, that's just a clip of the visual. Like, Sombra fucking killed the visual for, like,
Mm-hmm.
it feels like you're watching a mini movie. Like,
Hell yeah.
no pun intended with the whole killing what we're called Dark Arts. But like it's funny that like this isn't towards like anybody whatsoever. But like I found the more I'm like finding who I am and like creating Lady Lunatic and everything, that like when you the more comfortable you get with yourself and the happier you get, like the hate comes out of the woodwork. Like on TikTok, fuck, do I get some, like I keep getting called cringe and it's like, okay, cool. Like I will never understand, like I've seen stuff on TikTok or anywhere that I don't care for. I stroll. Like I will never understand how miserable somebody must be to sit there and literally have to go and leave a comment like that. Like you don't follow me. I just showed up on your FYP page. So like why take
Mm-hmm.
the time? The more you engage with me, the more shit of mine you're gonna see.
Why he calling you that? His girlfriend probably call him all sorts of MFers and everything.
I don't think his hand talks.
And must not be doing a good job.
But what cracks me up like with everything, like I have to put trigger warnings on the videos. Like as you can see, I got the fake blood going tonight here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta put trigger warnings because that might offend people. But yet there ain't no trigger warning when you got a chick up there like clapping her, like, hey, more talent. Like if you can make your ass cheeks clap, I give you all the talent in the world. Or like somebody who's pretty much in a like half naked, but they claim they're in bikini, and the other stuff that goes on TikTok. Like Stromber strolled across something on Twitter the other day that was more than any that he wanted to see, but there's no warnings for that stuff that is overtly sexual. And TikTok was supposed to be a kids app
Well,
at
it
the end of
turned
the day.
It turned from a kids all the way to a full adult, full fledged adult app. Like,
Well, what happened was because I've watched some people that have been like I don't know how long TikTok's been around. I'm coming up on I think about a year on TikTok now.
mm,
I guess when it first started out, it was mostly people doing dancing videos and singing and shit. But then when the pandemic hit, like everybody, like you see so many people, like I watched somebody cry because they got verified on TikTok and they're not a celebrity or anything. Like all they do is make content, but you see so many people there that on there that, oh, I'm quitting my job and I'm doing this full time.
hell no, they ain't even worth quitting your job for. Yo, you be a fool to do that. Yo.
But the thing is like people, you see people walking away. And it's not just like young people. I watched a dude the other day. He's like going to become a full time content creator. He's been at his job, same company for 20 some odd years, and he's walking away from it in 2 weeks with a 2 month safety net
Mm,
to be a full. And it's like, it's grown ass people. Like, literally, do you understand? Like, I don't get it because, like, I know tomorrow it could be all over. Like, TikTok could be gone. Like,
mm-hmm.
it doesn't take much, as we saw with my other channel. It doesn't take much. All it takes is you upsetting somebody, and all that hard work you've poured into a channel could be gone like that.
Just like that, kaput,
Yep.
like, um,
Yep.
just like my Facebook, right? They bringing up stuff that's like 10 years. When I first started my page, and you know, me and my cousins and me and my cousin Bless P and them used to wild out, put all sorts of bullshit up on
Yep.
Facebook. Any and everything flies, even if it's a joke. But look, it's haunting me back. It's haunting me 10 years now. They talking about they want to
Yeah.
restrict my page. I'm like, wow, for what? Oh,
They came at me. TikTok did, IG did too.
hmm,
But TikTok, for a post, or YouTube, Facebook, I mean, for a post I had made like years ago, like back when Trump was running for office originally, or maybe it was the election. Anyways, it's been years, and I get like put in Facebook jail. I'm like, statute of limitations here? Like,
hmm. And they don't care. They say they be trying to get at anybody for any little thing. But see, my reason is it went beyond far from what you was talking about and things. Though I ain't even gonna tell y'all what I put up.
that's why, like, I don't do a whole lot whatsoever on Facebook. And
Mm,
because I still use Facebook to, like, I have a lot of family on there and stuff, so they don't see this and stuff like that. Like, they, I'll put music here and there and share, but
mm,
I don't do a whole lot because, like, my grandmother's like uber Catholic and religious and
all right.
stuff. And but according to Twitter, you're going
Everything
you're
goes.
going to hell if you have tattoos. You're going to hell if you swear. You're going to hell if you drink liquor. And
Oh
you're
my
going to
god.
hell if you're short. Like, I knew the tattoo and the swearing would get me to hell, but now my height, like, if
Well,
God,
Luna.
like first off, God supposedly made us in his image, so he made how
Mm.
tall I am, if you believe in all of that, and now he's gonna bar me from going to heaven because of his defect. Like, what the fuck? Oh, I was told, my ex mother-in-law told me I was going to hell for wearing leggings.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
For leggings.
Yep, leggings, my cursing, smoking weed, my music.
Hmm.
Because apparently, like, people would think that we actually worship the devil, and like, no, like,
I I got looked at. I got looked at a lot for smoking weed and things. So everybody would look at me like, "Yo, what do you see in that? What do?" And I get all sorts of questions like it'd be like this though: one in out, one in of the ear and one out the other.
but from what I figured, yeah, I'm fucked. But what I've figured is the amount of people that I've met are driving the bus. Look who I'm dating. Sped said he's driving the bus to hell because I can't see over the steering wheel. So at least I'll be in good company. But no, in Maine too. Maine's going crazy. Like I sent them an article. We had a homicide like 2 towns over, but that town it's bad. Like
Mm.
you don't go out after dark. There, I don't know if it's the same in like other states or cities, but I know in this city you stay away from the street, the tree streets, like pine, ash, cedar, anything that likes a tree. It bad. It's bad. But yeah, like
Mm.
Lewiston, unfortunately, and they're trying to like beautify it, like. But the thing is you have such a population of homeless, drug addicts, drugs, gangs, prostitution, and
City life, like.
well, like the city also became a sovereign city for I forget where they're coming from, like if it's Somalia or where exactly, but there was a huge like increase of them, and when the city took them in, because of course they get federal funding,
Mm.
they gave them like all of the affordable housing and all of the low income housing and automatically gave them section 8 and stuff like that.
Mm.
And so it pushed a lot of people that should have been on, like I know back when I had my car accident and was told I was permanently disabled, I was living in Massachusetts and I went on the list for section 8. That was in 2009. I
Mm.
just got an email the other day because they don't let you take your name off of it. Like I'm still like I forget how much I'm still on the list, but even like over 10 years later, I'm not any clue. Like
Oh,
it's
it's like
crazy.
that over here too. It's
Yeah,
like that even with like housing and things. So like we lucked, like with me and my kids' moms. We lucked in on an apartment and things. Though we was going to take it, we bugged out because we thought it was on the same street we live on. Staten Island has the same street that we live on and things. So I'm looking at the paper real good. I'm like, oh wait, hold on, it's gonna take me way far away from my job and everything. Like we gonna be moving to Staten Island uh, right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like when she declined that one, she like she denied that one. She didn't want to go to that one. She's still on a waiting list more, and I'm like, wow.
Now, because Staten Island is an actual island, right? You have to take a ferry to get to it.
Yep.
Did
Hmm.
do they have a bridge, or do you have to take a ferry?
I think they got the Verrazano Bridge. You could drive through.
Because
You
I
could
was like
drive to
one,
there.
because I'm like Staten Island's a pretty big. Now, is it it's a city, right? It's part of New York City. It's a
It's a part of
suburb.
New York City though,
It
but it's
not
like,
a suburb. What do they call borough? Is that what they call them in New York? Is
yeah,
boroughs?
it's supposed to be a borough. Like it
But
really
like,
is
there's
a
a
borough.
shitload of people. Like, I wonder, all those people have to work because Staten Island can't employ everybody on Staten Island. So how do those like, you know?
Oh, a lot. I even had a teacher that went to my old high school. He was from Staten Island. Like I was like, oh wow, yo. He's like, yo, the travel is rough, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. Like,
The only thing I really know, and it's going to show my age. The only thing I really know about Staten Island is, if I don't know how many people watched Jersey Shore back in the day, but the nastiest chick of all on there, ugh, she was gross. Angela was from Staten Island, and so was Vinny, I think. Ugh. That show, it's funny because like I remember watching it. And they were all dumpster fires, and like they're still on reality TV and have shows, but to see how much they've grown up, it's like I am so glad like we didn't have reality shows and social media when I was growing up. Like, but I grew up real quick and then got into a relationship with a much older man when I was in my early 20s. So I'm now at like in my 30s living my 20s out.
Nah, it'd be like that though. Sometimes some people they wait till they get into their 30s, and next thing you know, they'll be like, "Well, yeah, I'm a kid again."
Hence my poll on what color should I dye my hair. The funniest thing is the color I had picked, like I thought of originally, nobody's voted for. I think it's now got one vote, but so well right now
I was shooting for the purple as fuck, purple AF.
I've done purple so many times. I'm
Mm,
thinking I will probably go, and the names alone work out great, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do a combination of wrath and ritual. Like have it's kind of a purplish red on the top and then have it the fire red at the bottom.
mm. Ooh, you said the
Yeah.
ritual wrath.
The ritual of course is red,
Mm,
like no, wrath is red.
mm,
Ritual's like a plumish red, I don't know.
hmm.
People say, but we're coming up on 6 days, y'all.
Yup. Man, I
6.
can't wait for y'all to hear Luna part. Yo, that's all. That's all I'm just gonna say right there. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. Just can't
Eh,
wait for y'all to hear her part.
oh, it is it's hard not to want to like share it now. Like because it is so hard
Hmm.
waiting for that deadline, but we got it. We're building up hype. We're in the final countdown now for the
Hmm.
promoting. If you guys haven't pre-saved it, pre-save it or I'll haunt your dreams. Do you really want this
Both
haunting your
will.
dreams?
We all will.
Yep. Yeah, you guys, Sped is scary, not even dressed up. Do you really want him haunting your dreams? He's already went to bed for the night because he gets up at 3 a.m.
Mm. Oh yeah,
But
shout out to Maddie too, yo. We got something in the works November 10th as well, along with Sombra.
nice.
Damn, definitely nice. We both
You,
sold our ass on that one.
Maddie, and Zambra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
Like you said, Sombra beats, so his beats will have you focused and flowing
Oh,
up with it.
oh, like yeah, yeah. Maddie does good. Sambra's beats, like I said, are killer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because we have Dark Arts dropping. Because you and Sombra have dropped 75 now or 74.
It's 74.
So it'd be 75 this coming Monday with this track
Mm-hmm.
dropping. So,
Mm-hmm.
you guys have tracks dropping every Monday for the rest of the
The
year.
year. Mm-hmm.
And then you'll probably pick right back up again with it next year, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Depends on yo, yeah, most definitely. We got something up our sleeves for y'all.
And then we got Dark Arts dropping the 27th. And then you and I have Monster Within that we're working on. And then we have,
Mm-hmm.
I think Sombra said Crystal Lake drops the beginning of December
December, yeah. I think like December. Yeah, the
7th.
beginning, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one was fun to do.
Oh yeah, yo. I was hearing that earlier cleaning up and things.
So there's a lot in the works. Monster Within is going to be fun too. I've already thought about New Maddie in December. I know
Okay.
TTO. I know TTO from what they've been saying. What I've seen from Blaze's and TK's tweets is there's a lot of new stuff coming out of TTO. Karma just dropped Queen of Hearts. So if you guys didn't catch the listening party or haven't gone to check that out, go check
Mm-hmm.
that out. That's a totally different side of her. And then I think she has another track dropping, Get You Some or something like that, dropping here in a couple weeks.
Mm. Oh, that
Um,
woman working.
She always working. She a beast. And then Sick, I got to do a reaction for him tomorrow. He has a new track dropping, so Sick's one of the OGs, official Sick. I didn't know how to say his name for the longest time. Because it's SYK. So I'm like, are you SYK or are you sick? Like.
Are you sick?
And so I'm looking for that because he's kind of. I know his last track that Sick dropped was more on the heavy metal side. So that was fun because like everybody just assumes, oh, you just listen to rap now. It's like, no, my playlist have everything from like 50s music and shit like that all the way up to heavy metal and stuff. It all depends on the day. That's what's so great about music is there's so much of it out there.
You guys just got to be versatile with it. There's nothing wrong to be versatile with this
No,
stuff, yo. Everybody think because like I'm from the projects, it's all straight hip hop rap with me and things. So you don't be knowing what I be listening to in my crib too. Like,
I know I sent him a country track the other day, and I'm like, I know this probably ain't your cup of tea, your shot of whiskey, but the storytelling, like I'd like to be able to do this. That's what I always loved about the old school country music. Was the storytelling. That's all because in 3 minutes they tell a story. That's what I always liked, and that track there in 3 minutes tells a story. You got the beginning, the middle, end. That's
and
what
the end.
that's what I like about music is this like it's fun to have just a horrorcore dark, but even like evil stories. You're telling a story and watch out for your pancreas, ladies. Don't even think about your ex or you'll lose your pancreas.
Oh,
That cracked TK up too the other night.
he's like, yo, pull that pancreas out.
I'm like, I'm not even sure what a pancreas does. Like, I think it has something to do with making glucose or something. And I don't really know.
That was just some last minute thing that came up. It blended well too. Even my cousin said, he was like, yo, bro, I don't think no girl gonna be around you or something. You talking about pulling pancreases and all that. I'm like, wow.
Was that Bless?
Yeah.
He looks like he's been doing his career seems to be taking off.
Yeah, he got his thing. He got his thing going, doing shows and things right now.
I'm still gonna slap him though if he keeps if he keeps sending me DMs like I'm a nobody. It's like, bro, I played your music when nobody on YouTube had even heard of you yet. Like, you would turn me on to him. I think, yeah, obviously you had because you guys did a track together.
Yeah.
And then there's one. I think I actually have his on the list tonight where you said he shot the video at your crib, at your building, anyways.
Oh yeah, I think it's the All I Know video.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he dropped, I think, what mixtape or something, whatever they called it, or notebook or something that I ended up playing all of them. And then you guys did what? Something with rockets.
Oh, on the mission.
On a mission, yeah.
On the mission. We did the slow that better off joint.
Yeah.
He is smooth, yo. He is smooth side. He is smooth side of the family. He has his rough ends, but he is smooth side.
If you can't handle the nightmarish side, he's more of a PG side.
PG-13 nightmares.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Halloween movie?
Nah.
I haven't.
I ain't seen it yet.
I haven't, and honestly, like, cause Sick is he's huge on horror movies, like he and Scream. He's a big Scream and Ghostface fan and stuff like that. But like he said, he was disappointed in it, and I'm like, and the reviews that I've seen, like the killings from Michael are few and far between. It's like I watch them every time, just hoping Jamie Lynn Curtis will meet her doom. I'm going to be 100% honest. I can't stand her.
It's like that. It's like that. He just brewing her for something. It might be. I don't know if it would be another one another Halloween that he would catch her on?
From what I've gathered with this one, and this is just from listening to what people have said, is it looks like they're kind of setting it up that Michael is gone, and like they're gonna carry on the story though, but it's gonna be somebody else. So that'll be interesting.
And you mess around, it might be Jamie Lynn
Well,
Curtis.
well, if you look at what was it, Jason, because he was Crystal Lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe in the first movie, his mom was the actual killer, and it wasn't even like he wasn't the killer in the first one.
Mm-hmm. He started killing, and within the second one,
Yeah.
thing like, so you kill my moms, I'm gonna kill you too.
The only movies I've ever watched that have actually gave me nightmares, funny enough, is the Freddy Krueger, the Nightmare on Elm Streets, because my dreams are fucked up to begin with. So, and I'm one of those, like, if I see something on TV, I'll dream about it and shit like that. So it doesn't take much. So when you have somebody like, yeah. And the only other movie that really gave me nightmares was Jurassic Park, and that wasn't even a horror movie.
The nanny stare and the Omen does it to me. And the old Omen.
The kids in Children of the Corn, the old Children of the Corn, they kind of have that same stare that the Omen has. There's something about little kids with dark eyes that just and pale that are just you notice though, you never see a brother. You never see a brother kill a kid. It's always these pale white kids. Like the Omen, it was always a white kid.
It was a little white boy, like, and he innocent. Look innocent.
They look. That's the most fucked up part. Is kids look innocent for the most part, and then it's like the Children of the Corn. They were straight out. Don't go into cornfields after dark. Okay, we're going to take a music break for a moment, and then we will be back we'll be back to talk in a couple of minutes. So next we have it is now dropping in 6 days, by the way, y'all. But here we go.
Sorceress, study of the dark arts. I have lived 100 splendid lifetimes with spells and potions, poisons drawn from ancient rituals.
Dark arts, that's what we practice. Evil spells, oh yeah, we cast it. Mixing potions, the evil matches. Casting spells, that's everlasting.
And now this is I don't know if Slim has had the chance to listen to this yet. This is brand new Citizen Soldier.
Madhouse, the church of mental breakdowns. Come on in, this blue gown's clean. Kill your vitals, join the flatline creed. Take your meds, don't complain. Insanity's the price you'll pay. Shackled by the fantasy, we know your insecurities. Welcome to this madhouse, the church of mental breakdowns, where we love to hate ourselves, rather driving us. Safe and sound inside our shell. All this while living in this madhouse. Living in this madhouse. Sign in blood to feel enough. Destroy yourself to be someone. You've pledged your life to the machine of chasing nightmares just like dreams. A systematic spread disease. This feeds on insecurity. Welcome to this madhouse, the church of mental break. and sound inside our shout. All is well, living in this madhouse. Living in this madhouse. Recovery lapse repeat. Rehab, recovery lapse repeat. Rehab, recovery lapse repeat. Rehab, recovery lapse repeat. Welcome to this madhouse, madhouse, the church of mental breakdowns, breakdowns, where we love to hate ourselves, rather than ask for help, safe and found inside our shell. All is well, living in this madhouse, living in this madhouse.
That was a good song. It was a good song.
Yeah, I wonder if Somber could make a beat kind of like that. That's a badass beat.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
don't know.
think he could. He could. Because those are live sounds right there, like live drums and things like that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
almost like a heavy metal sound with them on this
Yeah.
track. But that's what I like is even if like you listen to it, like the it's almost a creepy beat. It is right up our alley as far as the beat goes, but
Mm-hmm.
then you hear it and it has a positive message.
Mm-hmm.
Our creepy beats do not have a positive message. Well,
Some do. Most don't.
no. Well, don't think about your ex or you'll lose your pancreas.
He's gonna pull that out of you.
Probably with a few other things because the pancreas is probably attached to a few things.
A
I don't know if
word.
that, I don't know if that's one of those standalone organs or what. They say, hey, at least he didn't pull out the heart.
So he might let you live a little.
Yeah. So have you checked out Jeffrey Dahmer yet?
Nah, not yet.
Like,
I've been seeing previews of it, and then like I remember the night that I caught the preview of it. I thought my son was asleep. He was looking at it like, I'm like, oh wow, I had to cut it off quick. Nah, but so far from when I'm seeing the preview, it do look kind of like off the wall. It's like,
well, it's a true story. The guy was a serial killer, and it was like early '90s. Like, I gotta look. Let me see here.
he's supposed to be killing like people slowly, like eating them up slowly, but they still supposed to be suffering and feeling their pain.
He was okay. Jeffrey Dahmer is also known as Milwaukee Cannibal or the Milwaukee Monster, was an American serial killer and sex offender who committed the murder and dismemberment of 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991.
Jeez.
He was actually trying to make a zombie lover. Like that's what I think he was injecting Drano into their heads.
Wow.
And was trying to make a zombie lover, but apparently when you inject Drano into the brain, you go deado.
Deado, just like that. Brain dead.
But then like he would eat them. Like that can't taste good if you've injected Drano into
the word.
But like people, like I said, it was early 90s is when he was captured. So he went from 78 to 91. So he went that's quite a run.
Yeah, that is a run.
That's like like 15 years.
where is the law enforcement at? Like to let all this go on from all those years. Like he had to space
Like
those
that's
killing.
like I know there's some like I'd have to do more research on like each of his victims, but like I know you have like truck drivers, like you'll have in Texas they have there's a stretch where quite a few women have ended up dead or just disappear. They like just utterly and I used to have to drive that highway all the time to go pick up my ex-husband for work in the morning. So like I'd always make sure my gas was filled. Like I wanted because it was women that would break down, their cars would be found, but they'd never be found again. And then their bodies would end up being found. They called it the killing field because that's where they're bought. But a lot of it tends to be well, not tends to be, but a lot of people that go missing, you see it unfortunately up in like Alaska, and you see it in Canada and stuff with the indigenous people that
Hmm.
end up going missing and nobody looks for them. Like they just there's a lot of in this country, sadly, a lot of that there's not a lot of light and stuff spoken about it, but a lot of indigenous women and girls end up gone,
This is like,
traded, just disappear. Like that's one thing that's always kind of terrified me more than anything else. Not that, but it's you have these people like there used to be a show Without a Trace. It was a true crime show. Like these people, one day they're living their life, the next they're gone without a trace, and they nothing is ever found. Like, how does somebody disappear with literally with no trace? No, especially in this day and age where you got cell phones and there's cameras everywhere and everything. It's like it's kind of scary to think about the fact, like, I know I'm 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 not a celebrity. I don't come from a rich family. Like, the cops would look for me for very brief amount of time, and then if I went missing, I would just it's not like they're gonna put all kinds of effort and resources into it. So it's kind of a scary thought if you think about it in this country that people can just up and disappear.
That's just how
Yep.
like with my like with my like with my friend and things though. He got locked up, so he went somewhere in Pennsylvania and things, or I guess he went to a certain town or somewhere, something like that. Got caught up into some trouble, or got locked up, but nobody knew where he was. Even with the cell phone and things, though, we be trying to call his phone, go to the precinct and have them look up where his phone is at, GPS it and things, though. It wouldn't pop up for a couple of days until we found out he was like in I forgot the name of the town, but
Well, well, look at Blaze. He had his homie there, two homies of his disappeared about a year ago, like no trace, nothing, and for a year. They're just missing people. It's like you
hmm,
fear the worst, but yeah, like at the same time, you kind of hold out hope. But really, at the end of the day, in this day and age, because somebody truly, like, unless you have money, you can't really disappear completely.
hmm. So, unless you plan on going to another country or something, that's only how you disappear. Like,
And like, what's scary is you have people like that kill people, they get away with it, and they just go about society like normal.
mm-hmm.
Like that, they
And some
just
people just they do it and don't and just have a regular normal heart like they ain't never did it. Like, yo, did I kill somebody? No.
but for people like and like you guys, you TTO, you what you smoke and TK did the track, fuck the system. Because the
Mm-hmm.
system, like people I've been asked, like, well, you support the police, like how can you support the police and like tracks like that? And I said, well, first off, I don't blindly just support the police officers. Police, I have friends or family that are police officers that I know their character and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the bigger issue is not with the police. For a majority, the police are good. You have ones like, regardless of George Floyd and what he had done in his past, he still didn't deserve to die that way. That cop deserved what he got. Like, he shouldn't have been a cop. I
Not no
still I
weapon.
I still think there's a whole lot more to that story than they'll ever let it that will ever be told, because George and him were supposedly knew each other from like a where they worked bouncers together at a strip club
Mm-hmm.
or something. So there's a lot more to that story, I think, than just what the media tried to portray it as.
Mm-hmm. It has to be something personal, like real
Right, like
personal, just between them two.
right, and then it got
In order for him to arrest him to do something like that, uh,
right
then you got
because
the other ones that's going to stand right there. All right, if I see my partner do it, I'm going to follow his lead. Like,
see,
uh,
that's the thing. Like, I think every one of those cops, because at the end of the day, like we're kind of dealing with it because the 13-year-old got into some trouble, and he's taking, we're going through the route. He owned up to what he did, but like the cops, first off, they're 13 years old, so they should have never questioned them. First off, before contacting parents,
mm-hmm,
and he never read them their rights before they told him everything. So like everything that the cop has, they can't use as evidence, which is right because he didn't go about it the proper channels. Like first off, you have to. I've been when having to deal with a cop where I wasn't even in risk really of being arrested, but he still read me my Miranda rights because that covers their ass.
mm-hmm,
But when you skip steps, and like my uncle is getting, because my because they're charging him with felonies. They broke some windows on some equipment. It wasn't anything major, but because of the amount of the cost, it bumps it up automatically. And so of course they have a lawyer because he's 13, never been in trouble before in his life.
mm,
So you know this could ruin his life potentially for one mistake. Like, I know if you can't do the crime, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. But at the same time, we know the justice system is fucked, and like there's a story going on here in Maine right now. A correctional officer, unfortunately, um, he had been, because of the shortage and stuff back in 2019. Um, he was driving home after doing like his third or fourth 16-hour shift in a row, was overtired, fell asleep, ended up hitting another car and killing a little girl, a 9-year-old girl. He got found guilty today, and he could face up. He's looking at up to 30 years in jail. But it's like you have people that rape people and other shit with malice, and they get no jail time or little jail time or shit. Like it's crazy. The justice system is so fucked.
it's just like I looked at a fight, like it was a fight that happened a couple of weeks ago in a building where one fucked another person up, but they saying like they using the schizophrenic sickness thing for him to what's the name of things though. This guy walks in and out the building, threatens people every day, walks in and out the building with a knife and things though. They got him now and things though. He walks in and out the building with a knife, threatening people and things like that. And you tell the
Two.
cops that, they'll just bring him to the precinct. Next thing you know, the next day he out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be looking, I'll
It
be like, wow, like
it's a
they want
double
to.
it's a double-edged sword when it comes to mental health, because first off, it's hard for a lot of people to get mental health treatment that they need and deserve.
Mm-hmm.
But yet at the same time, then you have people who don't ever try to even do anything, and then they use it as an excuse
Oh yeah.
to, so it's like there's a dude in Texas, he's on death row right now, but like I think he killed his wife and like dismembered her, and I mean it was a brutal crime. But then when he was awaiting trial or was waiting sentencing, he had like in jail pulled out one of his eyeballs.
Whoa.
And then when he was in prison or something, he pulled out the other one and like ate it.
Mm-mm-mm.
So there's people fighting now for him to get off of death row, but because he's so mentally unstable now. But it's like he never claimed it when he like tried to kill. Like so many people do that. Like how many mothers out there? Like there's one right now. This bitch. I forget where it's out of, but it's been a huge case all over. Mother wakes up, supposedly her door was open and her little kid is missing. And then really early on, the police have said that they believed he was dead, and they believe she is behind it. So I guess they've like released that he was put in a dumpster and brought to a landfill. And while they're out, like the police and volunteers and whatever searching landfills, the mother and her mother are out drinking, taking shots at bars and stuff like that.
Wow. Mm. Yeah, you got people like that too and things though, yo. Those the
Yep.
ones you gotta watch out for them. Like,
We have another case here in Maine where a mother, she killed her kid. She just got found guilty of it. And her mother is sitting there trying to sue what Child Protective Services in Maine is called DHHS. Department of Health and Human Services is what they call it up here. But she's like blaming them, like after her daughter was found guilty. It's like you're blaming yeah, they failed, but at the end of the day, why are you not putting any of the blame on your fucking daughter that killed your grandkid, killed your granddaughter? Like,
where was the mother at for it to be for her to do something like that anyway? Like, mm. Some of
yeah,
them don't even. Some of them will tell a story and have a heart not to even tell what they did.
that's
Uh,
why, like, it's an unpopular decision, like, opinion, but like the Casey Anthony case, I watched that whole trial from beginning to end, and I know a lot of people like have said, well, they can't believe she was found not guilty. But as somebody who like has studied a lot of law and stuff, if I was on that jury, the way that the prosecution presented the case, I would have had that same verdict of not guilty. Like I believe, I don't even know if she actually, like everybody wants to say, oh, she tried to blame her father. I still say like, because I listened to the 911 tapes and everything. There's a whole lot more to that story, and she was the one that was the villain. But like her mom on the 911 tape, the reporter missing, when Casey Anthony's dad walks in, like he doesn't even sound surprised, shocked, like no emotion in his voice when she's like, Kaylee's missing. Like he already knew. In my opinion, he already knew what happened to that little
they
girl
know.
before the, there's always so much more. And yeah, we never really, I don't think in the end we ever really find out the truth of anything.
Hmm. So the way things is going, yo, even things would be a shootout, something happened, oh, ongoing investigation, and the next thing you know, they just forget about it.
Let's like, and I know like the last couple summers, especially in New York City, have been downright bloody and deadly. I watched a video where a dude was walking with his like 4-year-old daughter, maybe 7-year-old little girl. She was like under the age of 10, and somebody like just drives by and shoots him dead with his little kid standing right there. And like you never, like New York City never has outcomes for any of this shit. Like you hear about it, and the next thing you know, they're releasing all these people. Like what the fuck,
Hmm.
New York City?
Hell yeah, a lot of guys out here they out here on releasing things though that they did something heavy like.
Well, that's like everybody wants to praise the VP because she's half black. They don't even look at her record, that the reason there's so many black people, especially black men, locked up in California is because of her. Like, you know,
Hmm, 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 hmm.
like
And then she said she can make it better for us.
they act like I don't know if you ever get this feeling. Like I've seen, I don't know if you know who oh, what the fuck is her name? Why can't I can't think of her name right now. Black lady, I really Candace Owens.
Hmm.
I don't know if you know who that is, but she'll say it a lot. Like, I feel like sometimes these politicians want to act like black people are just dumb and like you guys don't know anything because the way they portray you guys is like helpless, like you can't do anything for your, like it's amazing you can even feed and dress yourself. And like
Hmm.
she's even said it when they were like, well, if you have to show ID, that's going to prevent a lot of black people from voting. Like, and like Candace Owens is like, she's like, every black person I know at the very least has an ID. It's not that like they make it seem like we're just ignorant and dumb.
Yeah, like that's the simplest thing to have around in life. If you don't have that, what is you doing walking around? Like, uh, how would people know who you are? Like,
I don't even like, even though I don't drive much, whenever I leave the house, I don't leave without my license because
mm,
you never know.
shit, anything happens these days. Like,
Yep.
uh,
Like, look at like when Sped came up to visit in January, we got into a car accident. Like when he right picked me up,
hmm.
but the cop never asked for my ID. But it was like, okay, I bet if I was looking like this, he would have asked for my ID.
Oh yeah, y'all
And a
ask for
man,
both your IDs.
yeah,
Yeah, that's how it is. Like in New York, yo, it's rough out here. Things though, you know,
yep.
nowadays people could jump the turnstile in front of the cops. The simplest crime.
Like I
Simple.
want, I forget what they were rioting for or protesting. I guess rioting isn't the correct term. They were peacefully protesting, but they hit like the chief of police or something in New York City in the face with like a brick, a broken brick or rock or something, like literally on camera. And the DA refused to press any charges.
Hmm.
Like,
And listen, y'all smart enough, man. If the person is there to try to kill y'all, y'all better do what y'all gotta do. Like,
well, look at the video I sent you that Blaze had posted with the dude getting knocked the fuck out with a skateboard.
hmm,
Like he deserved it. Like he shouldn't have said that word.
mm-hmm,
But at the same time, it's probably not smart to video your felonies and then put them up on social media
word, yeah,
because regardless, at the end of the day, that's still probably a felony assault because you assaulted him with a weapon.
mm-hmm.
Right?
He can get away with it, even if he did said the N word or not. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Unfortunately, saying you can't knock somebody out with a skateboard because they're
hmm,
stupid. But yeah, it's like the shit people post on social media nowadays. It floors me.
hmm, it's crazy. Like, yo, you y'all must don't like your freedom or anything like that though to be doing stuff like that. There's people still to this day they'll put a fight up
Yep.
and put their friends fighting and all that for what reason?
Are you kidding? They plan them out on social media. Like the school where the kids go, they send home like they're like if anybody uses these apps, they can get in trouble at school if they like try to plan a fight because and somebody was like, "Well, how can they get you in trouble for outside of school stuff?" And I said, "Because if you're in school and your guys are all planning it on your phones while in school, it is technically it was a crime that was committed or not committed but planned while on school grounds."
Hmm.
Because I remember back in the day, all it would be like 3 o'clock, show up here, and it was always off school grounds. But like, you knew what everybody knew what you were showing up for, but it wasn't like we sat there and said this is what's going to happen. But so many people nowadays are all talk.
This is like over here, yo. It used to be from the school to the back of the building basketball court. If you had a problem with somebody,
Yep.
uh, I, I I remember what was it when I first got on Facebook. I seen what was it? It was like the third day, like I was getting acquainted with it and things. Though seen my very first beef on there, and I'm like, this shit is weird. Like, how you gonna
Yeah.
punch him in the face if you in your house, he in his house, he mad at you, and you talking about, yo, when I catch you, I'm gonna knock your ass out, this and that. Oh my god.
I love the ones that'll sit there. I had to figure out, like, as Slim knows, because I had to ask him the other day. Like, I'm not great with street talk. I'm still learning it. Like, I had to ask because I'd see all these people be like saying, drop the Addy," and I'm like, are they talking drugs? Like, what? No, it's the address, but like. Because that's what Adderall's always been called, was Addies. Like, so I didn't know if they were talking about, like, hey, but yeah, you see all these people that like talk big. Oh, I'll knock you out. Da 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 da.
Hmm.
That's what drives me nuts with rap, with some rappers that, like, I know 50 Cent got shot 9 times. Like, he's not capping. He literally got shot 9 times. That's why he talks the way that he does and his face is the way that it is, because he got shot in the fucking face. But you have so many, and I've called a few out, and they get mad when I do it, but I've like had a few younger, like 16, 17-year olds coming up, and I'll be like, "You're capping." Well, how can you say I'm capping? I'm like, "Because you're talking about driving a Bugatti when you don't even have your license, and all this money, and the street life and everything." Like, I do understand, like, you get involved in it early. I've talked with enough of you that have lived that life at one time, but you know, it's not like, if you think in 50's day when he was singing about I got shot 9 times, he wasn't actively in that lifestyle anymore. You don't, you, if you're actively in that lifestyle at this time, you ain't out talking about it.
Hell no.
A lot of people have forgotten the whole snitches get stitches and end up in ditches. Like,
Mhm.
like, you know,
They too crazy not to know about it and things. Or even if they know about it, they still hard headed and
they
be
don't
like,
know
"Well,
about
let
it.
me put my nose in it still."
But that was the big thing. If you look at, like, whoever was behind, Tupac and Biggie's deaths, like, literally back in the day, rap beefs ended with blood in the street and people dead. And
Mm-hmm.
now too many people you can show have never gotten their jaw jacked. You can tell with the way people are on the internet. They've never got popped in the face for running their mouth when they shouldn't have, because if they had, they wouldn't talk the way they do.
Hmm. It's just like be like some of the dude like when I first came back on Twitter in 2019 and things like that. Some dude, yo, yeah, I'm right around the corner. I said, bro, if you was right around the corner from me right now, I would have heard something and I would be hearing the police coming. I said,
Yeah.
I ain't heard nothing yet.
Well, it's like Suge Knight. Didn't he like hang somebody over, like, out a window and shit like that?
Vanilla
Like,
Ice, I heard.
he's a straight up fucking G. Like, look at Snoop Dogg. They told him that he couldn't wear his rag on the his colors on the Super Bowl halftime. So this dude went and fucking made a whole suit that looked like his fucking rag.
Oh, yup.
Yep. He's like, you tell me I can't wear my bandana, then I'm gonna wear.
When it comes down to business, and especially if they coming for you, when it comes down to business and they coming to you, you get to do however you want to do.
That's like, I've heard shit. I've heard all kinds of stories about Puff Daddy. Like, he's a gangster too. Like,
Hmm.
I
Nah,
don't know. I don't think he goes by Puff Daddy anymore. I think he goes by Sean Combs now, or P Diddy, or
Diddy or something like yeah.
Diddy. Yeah. Then you got, like, Kanye's no longer going by Kanye now. He's going
Easy, easy,
Yeezy.
yay. Nah, I think yay now.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. He's like, fuck the Kardashians. I ain't gonna come, because he's called him out before, saying, like, any man that enters, they're like a black widow when it comes to their careers and shit like that. Because you have Kim, the first guy she married was an up and coming basketball player, Chris Humphrey.
Hmm.
After that divorce, he pretty much disappeared. You have Chloe's husband, which was Lamar Odom. He almost died in a crack house.
Hmm.
Like, the Kardashian women are like,
So they putting everybody out there, and it's like that.
it's like they feed off the blood of men or something, and then when they're done,
Mm,
like, They're like the witches in Hocus Pocus that only stayed beautiful because they ate children souls. Like I still said, like I was so hella disappointed in Hocus Pocus 2. It left me very
I was
disappointed.
gonna tell you how it was. I was
They
gonna ask you how it was.
they redeemed one of the witches. Like they made them good at the end. And it's like, no, like why does every evil character always have to have a redeeming storyline? Like let them be fucking evil. Like you can't redeem somebody that killed and ate the souls of children. You can't. Like, so why do it?
And they try to make them good at that. Like,
yeah. Like, you know, there is no, like, look at the killers in Scream. You know, there's no redeeming them. Like, you can't, in today's society, even with bad people, like, you see it all the time. Like, I watch it when somebody's getting executed. Like, people are, like, they end up, these dudes on death row end up with fan clubs and, like, people that protest their execution. I'm like, how about the fact that they murdered 5 people? Like, yeah. It's weird now that, like, the suspect or the criminal, or not even criminal, but the bad guy or bad woman has now become the victim by society standards. Like, oh, when somebody shoots up a school, it's not their fault. They were bullied. Bullying has been around in schools since the beginning of time, and you don't have, if that was the case, every kid that was bullied would be shooting up schools, and you'd have a school shooting every day.
Because they not with these no more.
No,
if they start getting with these more often, yo.
That's what my uncle said. He's like, when I was in school, he's like, you had a beef, you squared up, you had your fight, and at the end you shook hands, and you were either friends after that, or you went your own way. But it was over and it was done.
Yo, it was like one night, right? You know, I don't drink much and things though, but my friend, you know, like it's a dude that I see every day. He ain't got from the building. I stand with him sometimes and things though. I had like 2 shots of Hennessy. We smoked a blunt together and things though. We was talking about the fights that happened back then in the 90s over here compared to now. You put your hand on one of these kids nowadays, yo, they crying, they run into somebody. They want to run and get their weapon nowadays. You can't do none of that no more.
Nope. No. Okay, we're going to take another music break. Next up, we have Mr. Sombra and Mr. Slim with Trespasser. This one just dropped Monday. So here we go. So beat and visual is by Sombra, and Slim does the rapping. And do you do the mixing and stuff?
Yeah.
So it's always a joint part, you know. They're a deadly. Sombra and Slim are a deadly combo. So here we go with Trespasser.
Will suffer the consequences. If you enter where I dwell at, it will be the end of your life. Walking through my front door is a trespasser. Oh, you brave with the bat, I will smash you. Get by my side just in case I have to cap you. Don't be stupid, better behave or I will act up. Trespasser, use a trespasser. Oh, you brave with the bat, I will smash you. Get by my side just in case I have to cap you. Don't be stupid, better behave or I will act up. Got you in my house, I fucked up your plan. Creep around, you getting hit with the frying pan. Is you stupid? You really must be crazy, man. Booby trap hit with a stick from a dustpan. Just like Slice of Bob, now your day has gone wrong. Crying like a bitch, have you singing whiny songs. Tie you up with the rope, that's real strong. Torture you with the bat all day long. Walking through my front door, it's a trespasser. Oh, you brave? With the bat, I will smash you. Get by my side just in case I have to cap you. Don't be stupid, better behave or I will act up. Trespasser, use a trespasser. Oh, you brave? With the bat, I will smash it. Get by my side just in case I have to cap you. Don't be stupid, better behave or I will act up. Walk ahead, use a brave ass trespasser. Catch you slipping in my turf, so I will snatch her. Look at your bat in my hand, you better back up. Beat your senses over here if you ever act up. Take another step, it's gonna be a bloody mess. Catch me when I'm vexed, so put your life through a hex. Take your soul with the deadly object. After life, you see me permanent dream effects. Walking through my front door is a trespasser. Oh, you brave? With the bat, I will smash it. Get by my side just in case I have to cap you. Don't be stupid, better behave or I will act up.
Thank you for hating me. Thank you for hating me. I used to lose so much sleep over what you stole from me. But now the table's turned, I'm the lion, you're the sheep. You turn my vulnerability on me like a weapon. But taking knives in the back really taught me a lesson. I just wanna thank you. I just wanna thank you for beating me down, for messing me up, for making me feel I'm not enough, for running your mouth, for showing no love, for setting me off like a loaded gun. Thank you for making me stronger than I thought I could ever be. Thank you for hating me. Thank you for hating me. It's hard to hide how much you hate yourself. So here's some money, my friend, go get some help. I feel so sorry for you, cause you're always gonna be alone. The world will know my name, not yours, you're my stepping stone. I just wanna thank you. I just wanna thank you for beating me down, for messing me up, for making me feel I'm not enough, for running your mouth, for showing no love, setting me off like a loaded gun. Thank you for making me stronger than I thought I could ever be. Thank you for hating me. I'm moving on, I'm on the mend, cause living well's the best revenge. Forever changed, I'm born again, cause living well's the best revenge. Thank you for hating me. Thank you for beating me down, for messing me up, for making me feel I'm not enough, for running your mouth, for showing no love, setting me off like a loaded gun. Thank you for making me stronger than I thought I could ever be. Thank you for hating me.
I have a few more I'm going to play, but I got to refresh my computer first. Do 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 do.
Thank you for hating me.
This is a song that Kyle Jacobs, Jennifer Zefinetti, and myself called Eat. I got home from Wichita a couple days before I thought, didn't recognize the truck parked in my drive. My boots hit the hardwood floor, busted through the bedroom door. Guess I must have caught you by surprise. By the time you got his buckle on, I'd hit the seat and grab my gun. You were begging me with tears in your eyes, screaming, baby, let him go. You don't want that on your soul. I said, a man is gonna die tonight. I'm chasing tail lights, straight as a crow flies, hunting justice down the country road. I've got a shotgun, riding shotgun, and we're both fixing to unload. Son, I know what you've done, and there's only one way to outrun me. You better pray that your time get on me and mine again. Just flew past the county line, that means pushing 95, and I'm on you like a shadow move. All you see is my headlights. I can see the lights in your eyes and the fear you have feared in your rear view. Go ahead and ride the gas. Don't think that you're a living man just cause you make it past dead man's curve. And as far as I can tell, we might both end up in hell, but you're so as hell going first. I'm chasing tail lights, straight as the crow flies, hunting justice down the country road. And I got a shotgun, riding shotgun, and we're both fixing to unload. Son, I know what you've done, and there's only one way to outrun me. You better pray that your tank is gonna be mine again. I'm chasing tail lights, straight as a crow flies, hunting justice down the country road. And I've got a shotgun, riding shotgun, and we're both fixing to unload. Son, I know what you've done, and there's only one way to outrun me. You better pray that your tank get on me, mine
That
It's a good
was,
track.
yeah, like, first off, I have to find the ones like this, because if I play like the official videos, it would get me claimed. But that fucking, like, I don't care what people say, that right there, like what we just watched him do with playing the guitar and sing, that's hella fucking talented. Like, I tried and I could not learn to play the guitar. That's like, I mean, he doesn't really give us an ending to the story. So, but then again, there, like, it's another story of cheating. Like, in Slim's case, you're gonna lose your pancreas. In his case, somebody's dying tonight.
Watch your pancreas.
Yep. But it was just stop sharing for a few minutes because yes, it is a Thursday. I am doing well. We just chilling, talking. We throw in some music and
Yup.
we
Typical
just
Thursday nights.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
We probably the channel will definitely be live. Why am I hearing myself?
I know I got mine's muted.
Okay. But yeah, I'm still hearing myself. I don't know what's up. But there we go, it's gone.
All right.
But yeah, every night, probably every day till Thursday, we gonna be we'll be live at some time, some point, with whether it's just music or if it's a live like this. You know what I mean? We'll be
Mm-hmm.
live because we in the final countdown of Dark Arts, and then as soon as Dark Arts like drops, we on to the next project. We always got some. We
Mm-hmm.
you know, idle hands are made for the devil's work, or however that goes. And our besides, like, you take care of your mom,
Mm-hmm.
and Sombra is taking care of his grandparents. So besides what you guys do outside of your music and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Sombra's always making beats or working on visual something. You're always writing or making beats or doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
He,
always doing something. Poor Sped right now. He's been working so much that,
he's always on the road. Like,
yeah. And he works, like, he leaves the house at, I think, about 3:30 every morning, or a little
mm,
after 3 every morning, and he doesn't get home till after 7 at night.
man.
He gets home some nights, and then because it takes him like an hour and a half, and then some nights, like, he'll message me, I'm back home, I'm crashing out. Like tonight, we got to talk for about an hour before he called it a night. But like that's
Mm,
why he hasn't been to these, and like I'm glad you're enjoying doing the lives and stuff, because I know on Sundays, like, sometimes that's his only day off. So if he doesn't have to be up in a live, he can get more
mm,
stuff done. But he doesn't want to leave me, by myself.
mm. That's a good dude, yo. You got a good one by your side.
Yep. And
Mm,
then next month we have our veteran show.
mm,
And so far, for sure, obviously it'll be Sped, SJ6, and somebody else, I can't think of his name right now, soft something on Twitter.
mm,
He's a Navy vet, and he's down for doing the show. So anybody listening to this now, or if you were listening to it in the future, the veterans show will be on the 13th. It is basically a day with, I kind of take the back seat because I am not a veteran, but I do
mm,
love to honor the military. So it's a bunch of salty old soldiers getting together and sharing their war stories and their different stories and shit like that. So, and SJ6, he is a rapper, and he was an army. Sped is not a rapper, but he was army as well. Um So Far Beyond, and he makes beats.
mm.
I'm sure I
I
don't know
know
if
the name sounds familiar.
he's pretty good about, like, liking a lot of stuff that we post and share stuff
Mm.
and stuff like that.
That's probably
So
where I know his name from.
yeah.
Like,
Well, that's like
yeah.
the joke about it is I have 553 followers on Twitter now, and I think probably on a good day, or a good week, I interact with about 20.
Oh, it'd be like that though. People
Yep.
that have all those followers, and sometimes I be thinking most of those followers be like people that be trying to like want to
Yeah.
make money, side money off of people on here. Like,
Like, I
uh,
have people that, like, from with the battle rap that I follow, but I don't interact too much because battle rap really ain't my lane. It's cool
mm,
to watch, but and then I have people like, let me tell you, I don't know if Somber's still in here or not. I know he said he was waking up, but let me tell you, he has some freaky fucking fans. Like, he has some people that follow him that send a shiver down my spine with some of their shit. Like, yeah, Somber has some, but they are hella fucking supportive. They may be weird, but they are like, you'll see them as soon as like, even if they don't follow me, like, if they see I tweet something where I tag Sombra in it, they like it, they retweet it. Like, they are like, Sombra has he has weird fans, but he has hella supportive, like,
no,
followers.
those be the cool fans though.
Yeah. And
Having
then
me or what's name you be all into them like,
We won't mention the name of the one that started liking the stuff I tweet. We don't
mm,
mention her name, but you know who I'm talking about.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Colt 45 and Timberlands. But
Timberland. She sure is saying that's the St. Ives and Timberland boots method right there.
let me tell you, like I told you, joking around, I had a pair of pink Tims. They look just like they weren't like, because I've seen Timberlands that have like a 6-inch heel on them for girls and stuff like that. But they
Mm,
were made just like they looked just like the regular brown ones, but they were like a powder pink. I've always felt like a badass bitch when I wear, like, you feel like I understand why women say when they put like heels on, they'll feel like powerful or whatever.
mm,
You put on a pair of Tims, you feel like a fucking badass
mm,
bitch in them.
mm.
Like you
You
feel like,
acting like
okay,
you in the hood.
let's go do some curb stomping. Like the only thing is they're hella comfortable shoes, but I'm the type of person, like, literally, I have a pair of rubber boots is what I wear in the wintertime.
Mm,
Because if you live, like, you live in New York, so you have a lot of like salt and slush and stuff when the
okay.
winter like that would kill your Tims. Like that leaves marks on your Tims because of the
Mm.
material that Tims are. And yeah.
Shit,
So
with my big ass feet, they be laughing at my rubber boots around here.
well, you're what, 6'5"?
Hmm.
So you're probably what, 14, 15?
They laugh at my 11s.
Oh, you're a size 11?
11, yup.
Yeah. I think yeah, because Sped is 6'3", you're 6'5", and I think Sombra's between
I'm a
you
six,
two at 6'4", and then you
and
got little old me 5'2",
you
and I'm the
five
one that
two.
scares the people.
You like the little girl in, what was it, the movie Ouija, the Origin of Evil? They caught her, but she was walking on the ceiling.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my movie right there too. I was just watching that. What was it? 2 nights ago. Mm,
Like I said, people will never understand, and I understand it now because I never did, like, at the start of it with like Blaze would, like, when he'd be like, or Slim, or not Slim, a Smoke, like when they do the deeper ones, like the songs that like Blaze did for his brother that passed away.
hmm.
Smoke did like Butterfly and Honestly, and TK and him did one about These Eyes. But songs like that, they said, are therapeutic. And I never understood that. So you and I have started working together, and some of the stuff that, like, it really is, because like with my thing is I can, like, it is therapeutic because you have shit that happens, but because of society, you can't go. Like, I can't go. I joke around all the time that I'll
Hmm.
throat punch people, but I really can't be out throat punching people, or I'd be in jail. Or just like,
Hmm.
like, just like you, if your girl was thinking about her ex, it's not like you really could go rip out her pancreas or you'd
No,
be
I
in
ain't gonna
jail.
do that. Oh,
But
it
you're
would be
able
no more
to
Slim
kind of,
Bud.
you're able to not your fantasy, that's a bad thing, but it is almost like therapy, because you, in your mind, you're able to, with a track, when you're or with poetry and stuff like that, you're able to have a resolution to it,
Hmm.
and you have no consequences for it, well, besides people
No,
thinking you're cringe.
hmm. I go straight for it. You just go straight for it. It don't harm, but to just put it out there to see who likes what. If they like what they heard, or they
But
get too.
yeah, it's like that, the video that he did, it was the one where it starts out, I forget what, but it's like, I see red, and I switched to, and they're like, cringe. It's like, first off, I've seen like a lot of the videos that girls do to that, and when they see red, they're in dominatrix outfits, they're in bra and panties, or they're in a sexual pose. It's like all you saw was a little bit of my leg. I was fully clothed. I had a hoodie on and shorts. Like and people miss, like, if they paid attention to lunatic and stuff like that and read the caption, I see
Mm,
red. Lunatic, the blood, I see red.
yeah, they ain't gonna see that. But like you said, all they want to see is legs, ass, tits. They don't want to
Like,
see.
but it's funny because I you have people though, like guys, girls too, but a lot of guys. You'll see a girl who, by society standard, the perfect skinny 100 and whatever pounds, perky little boobs, and like if she does that video, oh, you're hot, blah blah blah, drooling emojis and shit like that. But if it's somebody that doesn't fit society's standard of beauty, or isn't a size 2, it's cringe, or put your clothes back on and blah blah blah
Hmm.
blah blah. Like, fuck that shit. Like,
It
yeah.
was just like it was, I think I forgot the lady name, and I seen it on Twitter. She's a she's a curvy woman and things though. She has a size on her and things, like she has a nice size on her. Somebody said that, I don't know what's going on with I forgot which magazine it was. I don't know what's going on with such and such magazine. Is now y'all putting big women in here and things though. And they said something. What's the name? She said, "Well, bitches is gonna hate," which she's right,
That
yo. I mean,
Well, like, and the thing is you'll see people, like, there's guys like that, like a girl with a little bit of, jiggly or fluff or cushioning or whatever you want to call it. But
hmm
then you got the dudes or the women that it's a kink for them, and the bigger the girl, like, so TikTok is a weird ass place.
yeah, it
Like,
is.
because, like, I've always been on the bigger side. I would never, like, by health standards, I should only be 129 pounds max. I
Hmm.
I got down when I was in an abusive relationship. I think the smallest I got was 135, and I looked dead sick. I had bags under my eyes. I didn't look healthy. I'm like, most dudes that I know that I talk to, they don't want a girl with their fucking when they're having cuddle time. It feels like you're cuddling a fucking
A
skeleton,
board, like
or
yo.
when you're having sex and you got their hip bone digging into you because there's no weight
You
on
be
them.
afraid. You be afraid to
Afraid to
even
break
take a,
them.
yeah, like what?
But the thing is it cracks me up so much about women being like they try to make dudes out to be the bad guy and end all. But, like, you see, women are the biggest ones that are just straight up nasty to other women. Like, and it's not just if they're big. There's a girl I follow on TikTok, absolutely fucking love her, sweetest woman ever.
Hmm.
And she probably weighs 100 pounds soaking wet. She is a very petite woman, and everybody, you'll have women be like, "Oh God," like, because, and her husband absolutely treats her like a queen. Their TikToks and stuff like that, which is
Hmm.
awesome. That's why I follow them. I love their relationship. But you'll have people be like, "Oh, dude, she's so ugly. She looks like a skeleton. You need to feed her and shit like that." Like, she has she's always been small, but she has, like, health condition that she doesn't gain weight.
Hmm.
So, and it's like people just are so I don't understand it. Like I said, if a bigger woman wants to wear a bikini, more power to you, or
Yup.
whatever. I like, if it's not affecting my life what anybody does, what I personally would do or not do, or what wouldn't I wear or would wear, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because that's not me. That's that person.
True.
Too many people want to have control because they wouldn't wear it or they don't find it acceptable. They want to put that rule on for everybody. Like, too many people got
Cancel
their noses up
cultures.
in everybody else's business.
Hmm. Cancel cultures.
Yeah. But it's not
Hmm.
even that. It's just judgmental and straight up, like, COVID really brought out the worst in people when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to when they had nothing to do but be online all the time. You really saw like how like yeah, they didn't have, because on social media for the most part you're anonymous. You don't have, like, when you go out in public, you have
Mm-hmm.
social etiquettes that you follow. Like,
Yep.
for the most part, most functioning adults, normal adults have, you have social etiquettes that you follow. Online,
Mm-hmm.
none of that matters. So people just say whatever the fuck they want to say, and and people are literally bullying people to death. Like, mob mentality, it's like a group of pit bulls finding a, I don't know, whatever they'd fight over to the death, like a kitten or something, and they because they'd kill it. That's how people are, and you see it on TikTok. Like, they'll find out about somebody's past, and they become their whole mission to destroy that person, to the point where
Mm-hmm.
people are taking their lives. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, there's people I don't like. We will never get along, but I would never want to see them fucking kill themselves.
Nah,
Like,
hell no.
I want to see everybody eat, not necessarily at my table, but I want to see everybody that I've ever come into contact with still eat, just not at
Mm-hmm.
my table anymore. Like, people, you don't understand, like, you get out what you put in. And
That's
karma's a real thing, whether people want to believe it or not.
Oh yeah. Trust me. If you experience it, if I experience it, it's a real thing. Like,
And I've watched it. I've watched it take place on YouTube, and it's kind of funny to watch because like it takes some people longer than others to catch on to somebody's behaviors and stuff like that. And then
mm-hmm.
when you see karma catch up to them, and the light finally dawns for everybody else, it's like, yeah, I knew that like months ago.
Mm-hmm.
But then you
Some
got the
people be blind about it and things, though.
but you got the people that you ain't even blind, but they put on a good fucking act. Like, they need a Grammy or whatever you win, Oscar. Like, until like, and I'm unfortunately the type of person, I need to be more like sped, and I always want to see the best in everybody, and I try to never listen. Like, if I hear stuff about somebody, I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you got to take people at face value.
The best line that ever come out of my mouth when people talk to me, especially in this area right here. Well, it didn't happen to me. I ain't got to worry about it.
Right.
Well, it didn't happen to
And then
me,
it
and it
happens
didn't
to
happen to
them.
you neither. Word.
And then it happens to them.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, like, you and I have known each other going on 2 years now,
Mm-hmm.
year and a half. And I've had fallings out with people and stuff like that, but I've never badmouthed them and told you, don't go fuck with them. Like, I let people make their own decisions.
Yeah.
Because just because I have a bad experience with somebody doesn't mean necessarily that somebody else will.
Hmm.
But we're going to take a music break. Next up, we got Burden with Home.
Burden.
Well, I forgot to share the screen, so let's try this again.
That's why I'm like, oh, did she put the song up?
Yeah, I forgot to share it. Here we go.
Are you good?
Yeah.
You coming today?
I don't know.
All right, man.
It's really kinda difficult for me to come and say on this beat that I've been getting drunk again and trying to keep it discreet. Feel like I got so many fans holding strong cause to me. How can I let you down and tell you and admit I've been weak? Like I was 9 months sober. I can handle a drink, no one can say a thing about it. Give a damn what you think. Man, I can't stand being locked up all night. Looking at stories, everybody out here living their life. And not mentioned, I'm alone in my dome. Relationships don't last forever, hold it close for it's gone. The bottom of the bottle's dry, but it don't feel like home. I'm at this fork in the road again. Battling which way to go.
And some will fade, nights will come. A broken heart with a loaded gun. I can't call this home. Can't call this home. I can't call this home. Can't call this home. A broken man, a troubled soul. Empty bottles won't right my wrongs. Can't call this home. Can't call this home. Can't call this home. Can't call this home. When the song is over and my mind don't love me sober, and I know I cannot walk away from all mistakes to be with me till I'm gone. And as I grow older, I can feel this love is colder. I know it's time to leave ya because deep down it never felt like home.
Look, I was down in Southern comfort, but never found the comfort. Yeah, I hate to say I get these traits from my mother. One thing they never understood, I was really cut like no other. So many months in the gutter, ain't have a thing that I wanted so. What you think we first to? Drugs and alcohol, some shit that really only hurt you. Ain't no one to turn to. Everyone been going through their hell. Feel like my life just isn't going well. You ever had a broken heart and a loaded gun at the same time? An empty bottle of whiskey got control of your mind. You've been hurting all the people really matter the most. Might be somewhere at a bar store till they said that they closed. Damn, this ain't what it is, and I feel like I've been slipping in some quicksand. One sip and I get hooked in. Picture me convincing the judge that I'm a good man. Slip up, no, this wasn't no good plan.
Fade, nights will come. A broken heart with a loaded gun. I can't call this home. Can't call this home. I can't call this home. Can't call this home. A broken man, a troubled soul. Empty bottles won't right my wrongs. Can't call this home. Can't call this home. Can't call this home. Can't call this home. When the song is over and my mind don't love me sober, and I know I cannot walk away from all mistakes to be with me till I'm gone. And as I grow older, I can feel this love is colder. I know it's time to leave ya because deep down it never felt like home.
Sorceress study of the dark arts. I have lived 100 wondered lifetimes with spells and potions, poisons drawn from ancient ritual.
Dark arts, that's what we practice. Evil spells, oh yeah, we casting. Mixing potions, the evil matches. Casting spells, that's everlasting.
Yo, sped
Yeah.
voice. He could tell it. Now, we in Samba one day, we was in a chat, we was in our what's the name of things though. We was like, yo, Sped could tell a nice horror story. Like, yo, it have you chilling like bone chilling. Um
Yeah, he said he's like because I started out doing intros
mm,
for Slim and Sombra, and then this project. But Sped said he will never be rapping. He will never rap. But we got our voice for intros for sure.
oh yeah, yeah. Um so he
Well,
fit
that's
intros and within the hooks of every say like if
yeah,
I do a verse, he'd say something within the hook or something like that. Um,
He fits perfectly. Like we are probably like the haunted homies. Probably will never get any bigger than a foursome. Like
hmm.
you know, we maybe a fifth to make a pentagram. But really, like we're not like the traditional groups that want to keep growing and bringing in more artists and this and that, because
Mm,
it's not about numbers at the end of the day. For us, it truly is deeper than music or more than music.
mhm,
And like we have our lane that we like and stuff, so it's not like we're not trying to take over all of music. We have our lane that we want to take over, but not all of
mhm.
music,
That
you
that's the
know.
best. Basically, right? It's other what's the name lanes you can go about, like besides music and things though. But like you said though, like you ain't really like we ain't trying to really like bring
We're trying to
like
do
I
something. We
gotta.
don't like we can't put into words what we're trying to do, because what we're trying to do, we're building that blue plan as we do it. We're not following anybody else's blue plan or
Mhm.
blueprint, not blueprint. We doing things for ourselves, like like Sombra's killing it with beats, like you kill it with the vocal side of things. We got
Mhm.
Sped kills it with the intro and the artwork, and then you got me.
Mhm.
Everybody needs a lunatic in their group.
Oh, of course.
I'm just the short little crazy lunatic, but
Hmm.
you know you must be doing something right when you get hate and when people have and they have nothing better to say than cringe. Like they can't even, like, if you're going to insult me or not like me, at least have a valid reason.
Yeah.
Like if you are
Yeah.
going to take the time to leave a comment when you don't follow me, you don't like the video, at least put more than cringe. Like give a reason why. Like if I
Hmm.
find something cringy, I will say why I find it cringy. I have a reason. Like I don't hate just to hate, and I don't like just to like. I have reasons
True.
for everything.
And some people just hate because they wake up in the morning. Wake up, yo. Let me see who I can bother today on TikTok, on social
Yeah.
media.
Let's see whose feelings I can try to hurt. Guess what?
And they ain't doing nothing but hurting themselves.
Guess what
Oh,
though? People, at the end of the day, at this point in my life, you can't hurt my feelings. Nobody hurts my feelings more than I do. Like
if you,
literally, I am my biggest critic. I am my biggest hater. I am my
mhm,
biggest obstacle is me. So you can like, like I ain't trying to be anything other than Luna.
that's
And
true. That's all you could be, like, and that's who I would rather accept you as, just you being Luna.
I'd rather have, like I said, I'd rather have a handful of people that love me or like me or support me for being real than have a million people like me because I'm fake and just playing a character. Because this,
Mhm,
like, the makeup is one thing, and like when we do the dark rap and stuff, yeah, we're playing a part. But for the most
mhm,
part, Luna is who I am. Yep, I do. I will be the first to admit I like the darker side of shit because it keeps me sane. It keeps being able to have an outlet to let out your darker side, because everybody
mhm,
has dark thoughts, but it helps from consuming. As somebody who battles with mental health, having an outlet now to be able to release those darker things brings
mhm.
my light into my world.
And never, ever in your life be ashamed to bring it out. Like,
Nope, like that's
um,
like I said, people, they're in for a surprise when they hear me on Dark Arts, but once we get Monster Within, if we decide on that title, like
mhm,
if like when they hear that is, it's a made up story, but yet it's based on actual stuff. So it's one of those that it's going to be a different side of Luna. Like
mhm,
there it's really people, I think some people and people, there's not going to be a middle ground with that track either. It's either people are going to love it or they're going to hate it. There's not and that's
mhm,
that's kind of the road you travel with anything horrorcore. There is no like mediocre horrorcore. You love horrorcore or you don't like horrorcore.
You
There's
like
no in
don't
between, which is cool. It's not horrorcore is not for everybody, just like horror movies aren't for everybody. But like, I told Slim this in private, and I told him, I've said it before in public. Like, I support it all summer long. I push everything he drops. But I am so glad Slim Loco is back and Romantic Slim went in the closet. Or
I don't think Romantic Slim is ever coming back.
I think
No, I don't think I'm ever.
Slim Loco made us Romantic Slim be swimming with the fishes. Hey, I've heard a lot of stories. The Hudson River, there's a lot of supposed bodies in there.
Oh,
Hey, like, hey, if people know anything about history, like the fucking mob ran New York in the
oh, of
20s.
course, yeah. Oh,
New York, Boston. All of this was like mob.
it was like a tri-state area, like.
And Chicago was run by the mob too. They had their own. They had their mob there. You had the New York mob. You had the Boston, like New Yorkers were mostly the Italian mob, and then Boston was a lot of Irish mob, and then I forget like what Chicago was. But yeah, like people forget that the mob ran this country for years.
Yeah.
That's how the Kennedys made their money, was bootlegging. People want to forget that little bit in history. Bootlegging and speakeasies and all of that shit back in the day. I still, though, like, I think the 20s, somebody's like, well, women didn't have rights. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you scream like rights and stuff like that, but it was a different time. Like, they want to act like women like were oppressed and shit like that. Even as back as the Wild West, you had women that's who ran the brothels, that's who owned the whorehouses and stuff like that. And not that's a bad.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I heard whorehouses and all that.
Yeah, and stuff like that. And even in the 20s, like, we weren't like chained to the stove. Like, everybody wants to picture like the woman was chained, like, and stuff like that. But like, if you look at like showgirls and stuff like that, and women had a lot going on in the 20s. But I think that would have been a cool era to live in. It just seemed like a cool fucking time.
Like, I'll be watching some of the movies that my aunts and them be watching. Sometimes they be going back into time with the movies, like the days of Lena Horne was acting and stuff like that. And I'll be looking, I'll be like, damn.
You know what's a fucking awesome show? It was on HBO. It was called Boardwalk Empire, and
I heard about it.
That was Steve Buscemi. He was the lead guy in it, and it had to do with the 20s. And I think it was based in New Jersey because they went to Atlantic City a lot and Jersey City and stuff like that. But it was one of those shows, like, I loved that. Like, I love history and stuff. So just like you look at like society and how they survived before you had social media and stuff, and it seems like we are the most connected now, but disconnected as far as it goes. Back then you had no choice but to be connected with the world around you. It was like you didn't even have TV back in like the 20s.
Oh, it had to be. You had to. Guess it must have been like play by ear, word of mouth. Oh,
the newspaper and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it was just a different time. Like, we are so connected now, but like, literally, like, my family, we'll say hi to each other on Facebook, like each other's posts and shit, but we only actually get together physically, like, really once a year for Christmas. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's just like with my last name on Facebook, I ain't know my family was really that big. Like, I'm like, oh, who you? Yeah, I'm your cousin from such and such.
it's like it like, I've always wanted to kind of do one of those ancestry like .com or 23andMe things, DNA tests, but I'm like, who knows where I'm gonna have relatives popping up. It's like, I don't talk to the ones that I do know about. You know?
So it's like me and my cousin and things. So we like two states. He in Pennsylvania. I'm here in New York
Is
and
that where
things. So
Bless is?
yeah, in Pennsylvania.
That ain't too far though, right?
He always used to get me, like I gotta go out there though. He been trying to get me to come out there and things. So I'm gonna go out there, chill with him.
We
See,
are
I
gonna
might if it be a day you be on live, you might see me in his crib.
we are gonna take a TTO break now with "Fuck the System."
Fuck the system. Fuck the system.
The prison's packed with goons, you slip through the cracks. Got you thinking it's cool, you're blind to the facts. They profit off of that fakery. What you trying to say to me? The shit is all privatized slavery. You in a cell while the NFL take a knee. 20 with an L waiting patiently for a visit from the fam just to get a little FaceTime. They put you in the field, they gon' chase you with the K9. Crackers on the back of horses with a massive fortress, feeding pork fat to your cardiac and organs. Mind trap, reality distorted, and you never be the same. Even if you try to pass the courses, institutionalized, but not the fucking movie. Try to go straight, they hit you with the fucking Huey. They get you back just to get the tax. 8 billion on a yearly, motherfucker, you can check the facts. Fuck the system.
Fuck the system. Fuck the system. Fuck the system. Fuck the system.
I can see the crookedness in them CEOs. Not a trust army, so between the four walls. Harassing all the time, treat the real like dogs. Slaps going on the plate that sucks overall. Gotta make do in this city, pin. The boys gigging on the real, looking like gremlins. The real money business boys still hate on them. Plotting ways just to trap them in and add dates on them. I'm walking down the street, blue and white drive by, they think I'm drawing heat. Cause I got this black Nike hoodie on me. I think I fit any description in this hood, jeez. Them motherfuckers doing it too much. Harass it to the fullest extent, that shit sucks. Mind blowing off the bullshit, that's why I hit them with 2 middle fingers up to this fucking system.
Fuck the system. Fuck the system. Fuck the system. Fuck the system.
Hello, Mr. Officer. My name is TK Green. If you have some time, I'd like to sit and chat about a few things. Let me start by saying nice to meet you. We've never had a chance to talk, cause every time I see you, I feel like I have to run from the block. Or you might stop and harass me and not even care when I speak. You'll throw me down and you'll cuff me, then lock me away in the clink. That's where I'll be for a week until I appear before a judge who'll say I'm a person of recognizance. I'll be freed after lunch. But I'm like, what in the fuck? I still don't know what I've done. No matter what lies you put in the report, we both know you won. The public offender talking fines of probation for 6 months. That sounds like taking away my freedom to gain the government funds. That's extortion. What's a gang? A group tied to criminal activity, wearing matching colors, taking claim over territory. Often showing membership strapped with a gun and a rag. Now, didn't I just describe a cop? Except the rag is a badge. Fuck the system.
Fuck the system. Fuck the system. Fuck the system. Fuck the system.
We have another song coming, but I had to refresh my YouTube. But TK, I love his style.
Hmm.
He was spitting straight
You
backs up
better
in that.
start giving himself more credit. Like, he's not really giving himself more credit. Like, he does great music.
He does. Like
Oh,
that
he
track
does.
there. You guys, you could definitely tell you've got better with like your
Fuck the
recording.
system.
Mhm.
Fuck the system.
And I don't know who does the cover art, if TK makes them or Smoke, but Smoke and TK always have killer
Yeah,
Okay.
they always have something up their sleeves when it comes to the what's the name cover
Yeah.
art.
Okay. Next up, we got Mr. Bless P. Minton.
Minton. Hmm.
I can never Minton.
Milton.
Or are you still blessed in the short time so much has happened? Talking to my pops through the clouds, trying to explain what happened. I'm just trying to make it rapping or life satisfaction. I don't know, I guess shit happens. Trying to be fly, I hope nobody zap them. Come through in the box, I hope nobody jab them. Staring at your watch, but ain't no time ticking.
I think it's fucking song right now. This is ridiculous.
Shit, well, fucking new song. Come on.
Fly, fly. Yeah, they can't tell me about nothing. I know nothing. All I know, the street shit is a part of me. That's right. All I know, this hood shit is who I'm meant to be. I am who I am. Chasing a life story, trying to see the cash flow. Flipping the channel, see videos of mad hoes. It's a long road to unfold the story that's told. Niggas vowed as real as a reality show. When reality blows, the tag chasing your toes. Never know when you get your shit told. That's why I'm Michigan cold. Life can hit that fork in the road. Gun in one hand and the mic in the other. Gotta ride that wave like a Viking and brother. Cause what goes up must come down. Miguel splits in your fools when Benjamin rules. The lightning sparks my hood, never too bad to make it out without a bag. I'll be glad. Big dreams shot down in the ski mad. The sour give my nerves rehab. Life ain't been the same since the rappers was mad. I'm trying to purchase a pad. All I know, the street shit is a part of me. That's right. All I know, this hood shit's who I'm meant to be. All I know, the street shit is a part of me. All I know, I'ma be a star. All I know, I'ma raise the bar. All I know, the life place for keep trying to catch it, no sleep. You can see both people when you ride in your new Jeep, but they want what you got. Can't stop when you ride through the physical speed. That's all it is, the worst shit. The money is the best gift. Might spend a life trying to find it like a detective in the hood. Where I'm from, treat us like we defective. To get paid off a doors of a nigga lost. Steady trying to be the boss. It's like nailing to the cross, Christ's sake. If it don't break you, it make you into whatever vision you see. Hard work and dedication of visions of me. Swear to God, I'm trying to purchase a place in the seas. Don't sidekick me like my name Luigi. You really can't ball if you can't shoot from the key. If you thought you was paying your dues, you ain't get a fee. Gotta watch the sticks and trees. All I know, the street shit is a part of me. All I know, this hood shit's who I'm meant to be. All I know, the street shit is a part of me. All I know, I'ma be a star. All I know, I'ma raise the bar. All I know. All I know. Start from the beginning to the end. To the end from the beginning. Yeah. Let's go. Take me to church on it. All I know, the street shit is a part of me. All I know, this hood shit's who I'm meant to be. All I know, the street shit is a part of me. All I know, I'ma be a star. All I know, I'ma raise the bar. All I know.
You weren't cool enough to be in his video?
Oh no, I was at work. I was at work that day. As soon as I got out of work, they was like, "Yo, we finished." I'm like, "Well, damn!" Like,
Now, Does he shoot his own videos?
Oh nah, he be hiring some dude that comes
I was,
around.
I was gonna say that is top notch fucking video.
Yeah, he hired some dude that came around. Dude was at the house and everything, yo. Like I was like, damn.
Are you in one of his videos?
I'm in Money Makes Shit Different.
And you rob him, right?
Yeah. mm,
He got talent though.
he a good dude, yo. Got
Now,
talent and all.
is the girl in the video? Is that his girl?
Nah.
Just some random chick.
He had friends. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, he a cool dude. The store that he came out of in the video, yo, we was kind of mad that they moved, yo. Like we even cried. We told the dude, yo, bro, because the guy was saying that he would come back, yo, he gonna try to open the store back in November. We told him, yo, you don't come back in November, yo, don't come back at all.
But yeah, it's definitely a good track.
Yeah, it's a good track.
Now, is he your age?
Nah, he a couple of years younger than me. Right, like what? Man, like we 6 years apart from each other.
Okay, so he's in his 30s because he looks young.
Yeah.
Hey, though, I used to work with a guy in Massachusetts, and he's the one. He's like, "Black don't crack." He had to show me his ID because he was like almost 50, and I would have thought he was in his 20s. Like this dude looked like he was maybe 30 tops, and like he literally was pushing 50. I'm like, he's like, "Black don't crack."
Like me and one of the old co-workers I used to work with, yo, me and him the same age. He looked like my oldest son thinks that he a kid. That's how young he looked.
Now, how old is your oldest?
He's 14. 14. My young
Keeping
one
it-
is 12.
They keeping their noses clean.
The 12-year-old one is. The 14, he's starting to go out now. So.
Oh yeah, like I said, we live in the country, and it's hard with the 13-year-old always going out and stuff like that. We want to go hang out in the city on Friday nights, and we're like, nope. But like you raising two kids, two boys in the city. You
It's
got
rough.
you got two, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you go get them from school every day, and they're more than old enough to walk on their own.
Mm-hmm. Now the youngest one I get for his school's way far from the house, so like.
So what are you gonna take? Public transportation, train, subway.
Mm-hmm. Grab him up, let him get used to the area before we send him out on his own. Like
you're gonna be graduating high school, dude, before you go out on your own.
Word. My oldest son asked me that. He was like, "Dad, I let him get his leeway to hang out with his friends and all that and things though. But he also know because like I work in the house mainly and things though.
Yeah.
So when I get my free time, I'm on his neck. Like I'm outside by his school and everything. Like
Dad's always watching.
Mm-hmm.
You got to. That's the thing is like you'll see these parents like when their kids shoots up to school or whatever. Oh, I had no idea they like kids aren't accessories. Like you can't just have a kid and then like let them free range. You have to know what's going on in your kid's life.
You gotta know. Even if they grow, at a certain age, 14 and up and things, so when they think that they grown, you still gotta be there. Like
and especially with like the internet, you never know who these people are talking to.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be careful, like with what your kids are doing because like the 13-year-old he just did the one chip challenge. And, like I told my aunt, I'm like, you really have to like tell him he has to stop because that hot chip challenge, I have seen grown-ass men like 300-pound men end up in the hospital and people are getting very sick. Like you can't do every dumb internet challenge that you see.
Hell no.
A whole bunch of them eating fucking Tide Pods. I swear, if I ever caught my nephews eating Tide Pods, slap stupid out of them.
Yeah, I
Like,
wouldn't blame you.
I mean, I know as like fucking around like as teenagers and shit like that, like, oh, I'm gonna would snort like a pixie stick or whatever, but at least that's food.
Yeah, like, uh,
Like you
yeah.
thought you were cool because you saw in the
Mm-hmm.
movie where they so we chop up
Mm-hmm.
the pixie stick
And then
just
what's
like
the name?
when we were kids, little kids, and would pretend like when it was cold out that we were smoking, when
Oh, yeah,
you could
yeah.
see your breath, it's like, but at least that wasn't, I don't know.
Me and my friend used to be the brown paper bags, roll it up, pretend like we smoking a blunt. Until we actually did one day.
Yep.
Hmm. Those were the days.
That's like you see the kids now, they're they what did they find? It was so funny. I don't know if she was even 21, but she's like, I'm gonna try this liquor right here. I went and got it was Mad Dog 2020.
Oh.
I'm like, oh no, like you gotta be prepared for that shit. Mad Dog
Mm-hmm.
2020, like back in the day, it was Mad Dog 2020 and like Boone's Farm wine because it was hella fucking cheap. And yeah, but
Yep. Like I was told stories from my uncles. They had some joints called Cisco, where the joint looked like some type of Kool-Aid or something, but it'll get you fucked up. Like,
yeah, that's like I tried. I don't understand because I'm the type of person like I don't drink beer. I don't like the taste of beer.
mm-mm.
Never been a beer drinker. I like my whiskey, my rum. Um, Tequila makes me angry, so stay away from tequila. But I'm a big whiskey girl.
Mm,
Whiskey and rum, vodka.
mm,
And if I'm not doing a mixed drink, it's straight up no chaser. So that just goes to show you how psycho I am, y'all. I don't chase my shots.
oh,
But
oh, this is like me with Hennessy too. I don't taste that.
yeah, but I don't want like I can drink a beer, but I'm disgusted the whole time because I don't enjoy it. I
Mm,
tried a Four Loco and it was the nastiest fucking shit I have ever tried. And I'm like, why are people drinking this? It tastes disgusting. Like
mm.
I thought it was gonna taste like a Mike's Hard Lemonade. No, it tastes like a flavored beer, like fruit flavored. Ugh.
Flavored horse. Like,
Yeah. It's like I don't understand people that will drink something but they don't like the taste of it. Like no.
hmm.
Like no.
This is like beer. I was sitting on that one bottle, a 12-ounce bottle, for like damn near a whole hour. I don't like the taste. Like,
The o- the only beer that I can drink is Coors Light and it
mm,
has to be super cold because it really doesn't have that beer taste.
mm,
Like beer has been totally ruined for me because of all of these breweries that have popped up and all these specialty beers and shit now and everybody wants to go hang out. No, like I'm
mm.
not a beer fan. Take me out for whiskey. Take me.
So, I'm more of a cognac fan than anything. Like, mm,
There's a game we used to play. I think they called it was a card game. I think it was called Kings. But I forget. I even forget how it worked. But you would have a big glass, almost like a pitcher, in the middle. And for certain cards, you'd have to pour like whether it be like one shot, equivalent of one shot or one drink or whatever into this cup. And when somebody got something, they had to drink everything that had been poured into that cup. So if everybody was drinking the same thing, which most nights for us it was Pepsi and Bacardi, so I can't go near Bacardi anymore. And for the
mm,
longest time, I couldn't drink Pepsi. But then you'd have like if other people joined, you'd have people that were drinking beer. So it was disgusting. Like we literally had to have like we'd be playing it, we'd have to have a 5-gallon pail because 99% of the time you weren't keeping it down.
mm.
And nobody wants to clean up vomit.
Hell no. That was the worst thing that turned me off with drinking too. Like, with me hugging the toilet.
The funny thing is back Back in my younger days, so my 20s, I'd go to work, get out from work, I'd go party in the woods and stuff. Like I said, I grew up in the country. Would
Mhm.
go out party. I'd get home, maybe jump in the shower and get maybe an hour or two of sleep, go to work, and I'd do it all over again. And it had been quite a long time since I drank. And last July, so 2021 July, uh, my cousin got married to his girlfriend of like 10 years.
Hmm.
They went to City Hall, but they had the reception at the house, and I got a 6-pack of Jack Daniel's sippers,
Hmm.
and I think I ended up drinking like 4 or 5 of them, not even the whole 6-pack, and then I was hungover, and it took me 3 days to get over that hangover, and, like,
Ooh.
you can't drink in your 30s like you did when you were in your 20s. Like,
Mhm.
no. Like, it don't work.
Nah, when you, especially your 30s, you got to keep it casual and things. So, yo, so I be seeing people 50 drinking, and then that night they be acting like they 20. The
Next
morning they
morning
wake up, they back in their 50 again. They
mhm.
back at their age 50, even feeling older than that. Like,
Yep.
hmm,
It crazy. People are crazy.
yeah, I remember them creeper shots I had. They used to be the shots called the creepers that stole it was stolen Naya vodka mixed with some they put mad ice in it mixed with ginger ale or 7 Up or something like that. I mean, you wouldn't even taste the liquor too much of things. Or you enjoying more of the ginger ale, like. But boy, when I got home, when I left that bar and that air hit me,
Sex on the Beach is a drink that used to do that to me because it has like 3 different types of alcohol, but then it is so like fruity, and it has like the pineapple juice and the it also has like a bunch of like fruitier like alcohols like peach schnapps or something like that. I
yeah,
can't remember but you be drinking it and you think you're just drinking like fruit punch. That's what it tastes
hmm,
like kind of. And then all of a sudden you stand up like to go to the bathroom or go outside to smoke, and that cool, like you
hmm,
said, that cool air hits you and you like, holy fuck.
forget it.
I remember the first time I drank 100 proof. I can't remember if it was rum or whiskey. Um Southern Comfort. So I think that's whiskey.
Mm,
And it was the first time I really drank, and how the duplex that I lived in at the time, how it worked is when you came in the front, you came in the door, you came in on a landing, and you could either go down the stairs, you could go up the stairs, and up the stairs was the living room and kitchen, and then you had the patio, the back patio, and then going downstairs you had the bathroom and you had the bedrooms.
hmm,
And so I remember my godmother was making the drinks for me. I wasn't even 21 yet. But like I remember I was drinking them and I'm like, this, not feeling anything at all. And I'm
hmm,
drinking 100 proof. I'm like, oh, I got a high tolerance. The first time I had to break the seal and I stood up, I think I hit the floor. I sat right back down real quick and missed the chair because like it's when you stand up all of a sudden like the alcohol moves and it's like
yeah,
bam. I think I ended up going down the stairs on my butt and came back up the stairs crawling and drank some more.
hmm,
Because that's why I stopped drinking, because I'm the type of person I can't half-ass. I can't have a drink or two just to have fun. Like if I'm drinking, I'm gonna keep drinking till everybody's done drinking. Like I don't stop.
hmm. It's just like that too with me and things. Or you keep drinking, the next day y'all notice me when I'm drunk, if I'm getting there, when I start talking real louder than everybody, and then I get in a joking mood, like oh everything is a joke to me, like
And then you have those people that are great, happy drunks, and then all of a sudden they hit that point. Next thing you know, they're sitting in the corner crying. But we are going to take another music break. And next up, we got Mr. Nick Terra. Uh, God damn it.
That's why I'm like, yo, I was trying to hit you up and things. So
I just noticed the message. I'm like, yep, I'm sitting here grooving. But all I can say, like, y'all's out there, like, make sure your crews, like, the ones that you rock with the most, make sure they're 100. Like, I cannot ask for, when it comes to Sped, a better partner in life and shit. And when it comes to Slim and Sombra, like, those dudes are my brothers. Like, the amount of, like, we family, like the haunted homies. We are truly family.
one thing is good about us. I see is that if one has a bad day, we all would lift you up.
Yep, like quitting is not an option. Like, we will
Never an
not
option.
allow it. Nope. We'll
Trust
like
me, I
we
tried. I tried with Sombra myself, yo. He was
right.
like, "Yo, nope, I got
Nope.
another beat for you. I got
Yep.
another beat for you." I'll be like, "All right, let me get it." You know.
Just like I
Now
knew,
look at us.
like that's like just like I knew with Dark Arts. Like, there, when
Hmm
Sombra said you're rapping on this, I knew there was no way. Like, there was no way I was going to be able to back my way out of this one.
He's
Like,
like, "Nah." I even said it. I was like, "Yo, she's going to what's her name one day, but no, just keep telling her she's going to do it." Like,
but that's the thing, is like, when one of us has a down day, the other three are, we're there to, and that's
mhm,
that's what you gotta have in a crew. Like, you gotta trust each other and know that you never fight alone. Like, we may be small, but we're an army.
mhm.
We're an army of 4.
Hell yeah.
Just like there was a day somebody was fucking with Sombra, like, he had to be like, down, Luna, down, because I was ready to go for the dude's jugular. He's like, I got it. Like, I'm like, that's my brother. Like, you ain't gonna shit, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, it'd be like that too, though. Like,
Like, when you had the issue, I'm like, I'm about ready to say something,
mhm,
like, with that person. It's like that's just how I am. It's like, when you come at one of us, it's you coming at all of
coming
us.
at all of us, like,
None of us fight alone.
mhm.
And, you know. So now let's try this again. Now that I remember to share the screen.
Yeah, you help me sleep at night.
wanna sing to you till I'm 6 feet deep. That is one promise I can't keep. You stay silent, yeah, not one peep. Like melatonin, you help me sleep. I wanna sing to you till I'm 6 feet deep. That is one promise I can't keep. You stay silent, yeah, not one peep. Like melatonin, you help me sleep at night. Guess I'm doing alright. But sometimes the nighttime gets so cold. I feel it in my soul. I really need someone to hold me tight. But when you shine your light into my troubled heart, all the darkness fades away. I wanna sing to you because I don't have much to say. I wanna sing to you till I'm 6 feet deep. That is one promise I can't keep. You stay silent, yeah, not one peep. Like melatonin, you help me sleep at night. I wanna sing to you till I'm 6 feet deep. That is one promise I can't keep. You stay silent, yeah, not one peep. Like melatonin, you help me sleep at night. I guess that's what friends are for. But to me, you're so much more. So sweet, right to your core, and I wanna be all yours. I guess I had to write a love song that really sounded like a love song. And I know you would never do wrong. That's why I love you all along. Yeah, you help me sleep at night. And that's why I wanna sing to you till I'm 6 feet deep. That is one promise I can't keep. You stay silent, yeah, not one peep. Like melatonin, you help me sleep. I wanna sing to you till I'm 6 feet deep. That is one promise I can't keep. You stay silent, yeah, not one peep. Like melatonin, you help me sleep at night. At the end of a long, hard day, I don't got too many things to say. All I wanna do is sing to you and let your dreams come true.
What up, Ice? Boss like TTO.
The Fig Army remix. We back again. The 21, that's the motherfucking first. The 10, the solitary, that's the motherfucking worst. Saturday, watch these racist motherfuckers act out. Stupid brothers down till they fucking passed out. Tina Ward walk up, he ain't doing shit. But the hoe up in the top, I got a pistol grip. Pointed down at the modern slave yard. Stab a fool, that's a case killer guard. Might as well make it worth your while, trigger. Hit control, send a stab reward, nigga. You wanna be an OG, get your stripes in. I'ma tell you right now, that ain't how you win. You gotta mind your own business, do your own sin. Get your ass out, bruh, for a new begin. Everybody understand when it's hard times. Government got the people doing hella crimes. Yeah, man, I did 10 in solitary, man, and I own your maximum correctional facility, man. I own your Michigan and racist motherfuckers, man. Man, they had a Negro as the warden there, bruh. Willie O. Smith, man. Oh, bitch ass nigga. House ass nigga. Every day we living deep in hypocrisy. Cause of social media, people ain't reality. Y'all love living all these fucking lies, though. Till your daughter turn into somebody's side hoe. Or your son up in prison for some stop and blow. Or your wife getting fucked by your friend, yo. Then you turn around and go and cop that 45. Fuck around and call the nag, then it's do or die. Up in prison, don't nobody give a fuck, bruh. Cause the shit is systematic, that's enough, huh? Politicians stacking racks off us criminals. And the innocent get killed off subliminals. You gotta realize this shit is constitutional. 13th Amendment made slavery communal, y'all. Why these devils make another fucking tax bracket? Gotta freedom fighters living up a straight jacket.
Trap the body and the mind going with it. Depression on your chest and you're trying to conceal it. Like a sugar shake sweet, either poke or be poke. Your blood pressure low like the tax on rich folk. The devil got got a pitchfork. The CO got a pistol. Wanna see you blow trout like a whistle. Now you in the shithole, officially Rick Roll. They're never gonna give you up, cause now you in, mate. Doing 10 straight, razor blade with a handshake. Slice on a pussy, watch your men straight. Get your men straight, cause the war's popping. Now you watch your friend break. Telling all your plans, you done took all you can take. Systematically a savage to a slave. The buses run full, the masters get paid. The definition of insanity. Lock up pops and control the whole family. Open your eyes, you see the whole thing's polarized. Don't act so surprised, say something, vocalize. I despise it, man, I'm done, bro. My homie battle, he ain't get to see his son grow. Know how to ruin that family unit. When the gate slams shut, check the damage it's doing. If a man is 22 and his son is 8, he gon' miss second grade till he graduate. When he finally touched down, man, the whole world different. Can't process it, so the instincts kicking. Gotta get dope, I'm just doing what I know. Doing 95, fucking 9 to 5, I ain't moving slow. 10 toes, now I'm making money tenfold. One of my old friends giving up the info. Life on the run, they done took pops twice, boy turned 21. Trap the body and the mind going with it. Depression on your chest and you're trying to conceal it like a sugar shank sweet. Either poke or be poke. Your blood pressure low like the tax on rich folk. Sky sun is smoke.
Sorcerous study of the dark arts. I have lived 100 wondered lifetimes with spells and potions, poisons drawn from aged ritual.
Dark arts, that's what we practice. Evil spells, oh yeah, we cast it. Mixing potions, the evil matches. Casting spells, that's everlasting.
Jail bars.
They go hard on that, and they spit. Godson, I love Godson. He's awesome. He's another one that he another one that, like, if you guys don't know who Godson is, he is one of the realest people you'll ever meet, and like he's another one that, like, you show him support, he shows you support. Like, you know, he hella good people. At first, for a second, like, I don't know why, maybe I'm too high, but I thought at first it was Smoke rapping until the N-word got dropped. I'm like, nope, that ain't Slam. Smoke, I mean, Smoke ain't dropping the N-word.
Nah, he like a Smoke voice more smooth. No, his voice is more smoother, but more deeper. Like,
yeah, Smoke has a sound all of his own. Like, he does, like, you know when it's Smoke.
Oh yeah,
yeah, like when he, and like Smoke, I think so many people sleep on him because, like, if you look at what he did on our cipher, the horrorcore cipher, for somebody who's never done horrorcore before, he knocked it out the park.
He did his thing.
And then if you look at the verse he did for Jackson Pierce's Halloween cipher with the way he did the candy bars, that, like, yeah,
it's sort of like a trick or treat type thing with him.
Like, the thing is, like, Smoke's pen, same thing with TK. Their pens, like, those dudes fucking speak in double entendres just in normal talk, let alone their writing skills. Blaze, the same thing. Like, like, you know I play a lot of TTO's music, but it's because I am a fan. Like, they don't have a, like, you guys at TTO don't have a weak link. Like, each person is talented in their own way and different. Each person is different too.
And ain't nobody on the team be trying to bite nobody or nothing like that.
Nope. Like, just like with, like, the Haunted Homies, we all want to see each other do good. Like, like, we ain't fighting among each other. Oh, you know, whatever. Like, you know,
it's more, you see us, it's more of we'll talk, say something, then go by our days and work on something that we need to work on. Like,
Sometimes we'll get into an interesting conversation that lasts a little bit, but then we go right back about to our day.
That's true.
There's sometimes we can tell when Sombra has fallen asleep with the chat open because it'll be like midnight, and as soon as you say something, or he'll have said, "I'm going to sleep for the night," and then like an hour or two later, like every time you say something, right away he's seeing it. Like we're like, "Yep, Sombra fell asleep with the chat open."
Oh, I get like that too, though. I know you know when I'm asleep. Like,
Yeah. I've done it. Like me and Slim will be in the middle of a conversation and we both end up like forgetting, probably got too high, and I forget, like I will literally forget that I'm in the middle of a conversation with people and I just fall asleep. Like, that's Sped knows it. Like if I just disappear, it means I fell asleep. Like Sombra's either like waking up, listening to us, or hopefully he fell back asleep.
Probably so.
I hope so, because 3 a.m. is early for him. I know he usually up at like 5 a.m. But
Yeah, I know he usually be. That's what time. I know when my 11 o'clocks like now at this time. If I finish the track of his, or like if I finish the track we collabing on, I'll wait till exactly this time and be like, yo, bro, when you get a chance,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, I'll be like, and then I forget. Like I am the worst. Like I forgot like his beat he made for the next project he wants with the Haunted Homies. Like I completely forgot he had emailed it to me because like I'll see the notification and then I'll clear it out, meaning to go check it, and then I get busy doing something. And like Twitter lately has been on some fuck shit with me. And like I'm hella slow responding because it won't tell me, like give me a notification that like somebody sent me a message, or it won't even show up. Like usually it's a darker black, like bold, when you haven't read it yet. It's not even, and then I'll look and I'll be like, oh shit, Slim responded to me, and I never, like, it never even let me know.
Oh, it does that to me too, though. It'll show up the numbers or how many how if we in the group chat, how many chats I'm behind and all that. But it won't show up in bold like and Twitter. I don't know. That app been going through so much ups and downs.
Usually when it starts to fuck up like that, it means there's probably an update coming. Cause like I still haven't gotten, like there's an update, like when you are posting your tweets now, you can put like breaking news or like kind of a thing that blinks at the top to draw more attention.
Oh, I know what you're talking
And
about.
like smoke has it. I've seen it. But yet mine doesn't have it. But when I started up a YouTube channel, a Twitter channel for somebody else just recently, like that account had it. So that's one thing I do hate. It's like now people, if you start your account, you can get a community page on YouTube with like under 500. When I started, it was if you had under 1,000, you couldn't have a community page. So on my other page, I can't have a community page because I don't have 500. But on this page that Jekyll and I share, we have 1.5K subs. So I take full advantage of that community tab.
Yeah. So that means you got to have up to a certain amount to make lives or something like that.
Nope. Usually, I think you have to have 20 or 25 to go live. And then after that, like you set it up, there's like a 24-hour waiting period, and then you can go live, no problem. I think you have to have 500 or 1,000 to go live from like your mobile phone. So like on this account here, the one that the House for the Disturbed, I can go live from my phone if I wanted to, but on the Lunasnuthouze house, I can't go live from my phone. But I think that might be, they said, because I have a strike, but that strike goes away, knock on wood, next month. And then my page will be back in good standings. That's why I'm only uploading shorts right now and like nothing but my reactions are on the channel
Mm.
because I don't want somebody getting butthurt and going and reporting my channel again because then I could lose it forever. And like it may not be a
Mm.
big channel, but like I can see my progression and I've poured my heart and soul into that channel. Like from the get
Mm.
go,
And
from
I
the first.
seen through it. Like,
Yep. And like TK will never take any credit. Jekyll will never take any credit, but I wouldn't be where I am without either of them because they gave advice. Like TK gave hella good advice and shit, and he's like, "Well, you didn't have to take it." I'm like, "Yeah, but you didn't have to give it." So me and him just agree to disagree because like I do like have hell of appreciation for both of them because I wouldn't be where I am because they're true people and they ain't trying to get anything out of it. Like they genuinely wanted to help me and see me do better. Like they weren't seeing, well, if she does better, this will help for us.
mm-hmm.
Like it was, you know, and there's too many people out there that don't want to take advice from other people or don't want to give it.
Yeah, like, so if it's good, just give it. Like, you may help another person with it.
Right. But there's
Mm.
stuff like with me, with my channel, the stuff that I do on my channel, it's been like to where I am today, it's been refined and tweaked and changed up and everything like that. And just because this works for me doesn't mean that it's what my plan isn't going to work for the next person because my plan works for
Mm-hmm.
me.
That's true. Like, mm, that's definitely true. Um, like, I could, like, it's just like if I watch your live and be like, yeah, well, I could do something she does, but I could do it my way or something like that and things. Or maybe like it'll work out in a situation like that. Like if I watch your live and I want to do a live myself and things, though, you inspired me to do it.
Right. And like you take your own spin on it because like there's some people that can sit up here by themselves and sit here and have a conversation and talk and it works great for them. But for me, I need a second person and I do a lot better. Things smooth flows and that's what works for me. Is you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I don't have and I'm not throwing shade on myself. I don't have the personality just to sit up here and be able like I can give a feedback about a track, but I can't just sit up here and shoot the shit like I am with you being here because you need somebody
Mm-hmm.
to feed off of.
That's
In the
true.
chat like we have 3 people watching. Like the chat isn't all that active, but we got people watching. Obviously, like we haven't been down to 0 at all tonight, so obviously somebody's liking what we throwing down.
True. And somebody been at it for a while too.
Like I said, like yeah, like I start like on this channel, if you look back at if you see the initials WTBS, with that being said, from like episode 3 or 4 on, I was Jekyll's co-host. And you'll see me
Mm.
progress even with that as a co-host and get more and more like back at the beginning I barely talked and stuff,
Hmm.
but I
You
am
seen
getting
how I
ready.
was when I came on. Mm.
Yeah, like if
You
you
seen
guys
how I
watch,
was when I came on.
yeah, if you watch the first Inkblot like interview that Slim did on my channel, I think it was only like 45 minutes long and it was very you've come out of your shell. Like even listening to like Fuck
Mm-hmm.
the System and how far you've come since you recorded Fuck the System, it shows.
Mm-hmm. See, I did that. I did that track on a shitty phone. Like, I know TK and them was like, "Yo, it'll be a dope idea if you get on the track with us with this one." I'm like, "Wow, but what mic?"
But I think I'm gonna wrap it up because I need to go make a promo video for Dark Arts and then I gotta wash this off because my face is itching like a motherfucker. but
And it is.
but it'll work fine with the a promo video for Dark Arts because you know.
All right.
So thank you. I hope you had fun tonight.
Oh, of course I did.
And we definitely will be live Sunday. Will you be joining us on Sunday?
I most likely would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely.
So,
would.
you know, Sundays are usually more of a talk thing. So, thank you for everybody that rolled through tonight. Make sure you share this out. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night, Slim. And I'm sure we'll talk on Twitter. Night, y'all.
Peace.